Welcome. Welcome to the show you've been waiting for. You've been waiting on TikTok for encounters. I know you've been waiting. Now you're on a show that's out of this world. No matter what else is on TikTok or social media, you've come to the place that'll take you to outer space. I'm CmdrAleon, the man from Mars. Welcome to the show. And a show it will be. For those that are new, welcome. For all the regular folks around the world, have a seat. Sit on a meditation pillow, a couch, wherever you feel comfortable. There's plenty of room in the studios here for everybody in the audience. Hey, Sprites, good to see you. Igor, welcome. Brenda, welcome. Hey, Kelly. Mr. Bill. David. Gino Clark. Hey, Gino. Everyone, hey, Kelly, thank you for the roses. We appreciate that. And we are setting our goals up here on TikTok. We do have a goal. We're going to do my favorite, which is we're going to start with the hat with the mustache for our goal. And what you can do is, if you like what we're doing, you can gift me a TikTok gift of your choice, or the hat with the mustache. Also, my Venmo account is here. So just go to my main profile page and you can Venmo any amount of donations to the program you wish, or become a subscriber to our TikTok here. We'd appreciate that too. Hey, Cliff, good to see you, Papa Smurf. And so many things are going on, really. Hey, Spiritual Abstract, good to see you. We had quite a show last night. I'm almost caught up with all the shows being on YouTube. Hey, Southern Girl. My YouTube channel is Ashtar Command Spaceship News. You can watch all the previous shows. I'm only, I think, one show behind, and that's the one from last night. We'll get that posted later or tomorrow morning, and this show will be posted by tomorrow morning. So we appreciate everybody out here. Hey, Southern Girl, Ryan, Amanda Ward, Lewis, all the people coming in here, welcome. And again, this is a show that's out of this world. Bambi 6514, Oak, Summer Nicole. Hey, Summer Nicole, you. So a little bit of background for those that are new to a show that's out of this world called Encounters. It really is out of this world. TLC time. Thank you for the heart. We appreciate it. I'm not your usual TikToker or social media person. Hey, Santa, good to see you. Yo, how's it going, everyone new to you guys? Glad to have you with us, brother. You're on a show that's going to take you into the space, out of space, galactic place, cosmic places. Definitely, so welcome. And for new people, I am originally from Mars. I came here to Earth on mission with the Ashtar Command. I've been working with the Ashtar Command before there was a thing called the Internet. So I don't, how's April doing? I have not talked to her yet, but I'm pretty sure she had a good trip last night with her father back on the Ashtar ship. And I'm sure she'll have stuff to talk about. Saturday night, we're going to be doing our Ashtar Command Q&A. We're switching it from Friday to Saturday evening. Hey, Bernie, good to see you. So just minor changes in our format on the show here. But yet also for Neil's Pete. Hey, thank you, Ghostface, for the gifts. We appreciate it. So for those that are new to my program, I do a radio show on WESUFM.org. And actually, it's a show I've done for 21 years called Ashtar Command Radio, dedicated to the Ashtar Command. It's also known as the Cosmic Eye. So I've been doing that for 21 years now, this year alone. And on TikTok, for new people, I've been here since the beginning of 2023, I believe. So, yeah, it's been an amazing journey. My background's media. I'm a talk show host in the realm of the spiritual UFO area, galactic area, cosmic area. We don't get into paranormal discussions at all here. We interview all kinds of people that have had visitations, encounters, abductions with extraterrestrials, positive encounters with star beings. Hey, Paul Williams, we do a lot of stuff here. Mer people, Bigfoots, the Inner Earth, the Gartha network, which exists, the civilizations like Telos, and all these things that are real. So we talk about these kinds of things here. We're not a nuts and bolts UFO thing, just interested in the sighting of a spaceship or a craft. We get into the inner part of it, which is there are space people that are on these spaceships, these what you call UFOs, that are non-terrestrial, that are coming to Earth, coming and going. Knockout says, I saw something amazing. I have 5 minutes of footage. Oh, good, Cliff. Well, hopefully she'll get in the groove. I'm very concerned. So, Knockout, when you say you saw something amazing today, did you see, when you say amazing, can you explain what that is? Was it a UFO? What was it? Can you explain here? Maybe I can bring you on here and we can talk about it. Hey, Kit Kat, good to see you. Oh, UFO. Okay, I'd like to bring you on here, and I'm gonna follow you. You're gonna be my first guest. Let me just let people know how this works. So you have to be over 18. No foul language, no smoking, no drinking, no drugs. Those are really those are really strong rules here. And let's see here, what else? No paranormal discussion whatsoever. And I think that covers most of my thing here. So I'm gonna see if we can get camera, if you'd be able to do that. We'd love to bring you on camera. How do you work the camera?
I can't pull up the camera at the
Wait a minute,
moment.
let me bring my volume up. Hold on a minute.
Can you
You
hear
hear
me
me?
now?
Where are you? Okay,
Uh,
I got you.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, well, so it was about like I'd say 2.5 weeks ago when I was walking around 11. Had to be like 11:20 at night, and it was outside the property on this
Could
hill.
you can you bring your camera on, or is that impossible?
Oh, I can't turn my camera on right now. So it's like a little chipped right now, and it would be very blurry.
Oh, forget it. Don't worry about it. So but first of all, whereabouts are you in the United States or wherever you are?
Upstate New York.
Upstate New York. Okay, let's continue. This is and what's your first name?
I'm Julian.
Julian. Nice to meet you, Julian. Welcome to the most popular spiritual UFO show on social media. But go ahead. You're in upstate New York and
And
continue
I,
with the story.
I saw this. It was like this ball. It was like this orb thing, and it was very close. I would say it was like 150 feet off the ground, and it changed into like an oval. And I literally
Hmm.
have a video. My friends think I'm crazy, but I'm like, man, this is genuine footage. And I showed my family, and they're like, dude, you got something special on the camera. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, you're not crazy. Everyone says they're crazy when they come on here. I just want you to know you're not crazy. Just to put that to rest. So go ahead.
Thank you so much, man. I'm willing to share the video too, man. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
I'd like to see it.
It
I
spins. It spins in a circle. It's crazy.
So when you were watching this is getting really interesting. How low was the actual spaceship or craft or oval
It was
object?
I'd say about the tree line, but like double kind of. But then it was like near the trees. But I'd say like double the trees, but next to the trees, kind of. Like not
Next to
even.
the trees?
Yeah.
And did you, when you saw it, this is always gonna, and these are where and when I ask questions, I read energy of people. Probably new to the show. I tend to read people's energy when they tell
Hmm.
stories like this.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, how many minutes did it last when you were watching this particular thing?
About 4 minutes and 50 something seconds, I'd say.
Hmm.
And then I walked away. I was like, I need to go home. I tried to get my dad, but by the time we went back to the hill, it was gone. And
So
during, oh, sorry.
would it have still been there if you had not walked away? Was it still there?
Oh no, no, there was no cell phone towers. It's just a giant woods.
No, I'm just saying where you were. Was the object still there before you decided to leave?
Oh yeah, it was still right there. And then
Okay.
I didn't see it depart or anything. I was just so amazed and shocked. I was like,
Yeah.
I was in doubt. I was like, for a long time, like this stuff ain't real. And then when you see something like that, it makes you realize like it's not that
Right.
crazy.
It changed. Doesn't it change your reality when we've been programmed to believe that nothing out there exists, and then you see something, and it changes your whole consciousness, right?
Indeed, for real, honestly.
You know. Did
And
you feel any like when you were standing? If you've been there long enough, you were there for a few minutes. Did you feel like now that object? You're in the woods. There's nobody around, correct?
hmm
So did you ever feel that maybe they were trying to contact you because you're the one that was out there?
I'm not sure. It looked pretty far off, but I had this like wild dream like 2 3 days later, and like this thing came above me, and it was this glowing light, and like I don't know, it felt like so real as it like this conversation, like, but it was like right
Hmm.
above me, and I just looked down, and I just fell to the ground, and then I woke up like it was
Hmm.
crazy. It's so real. I was just walking, and I as if I was going to the store, and then it was a dream. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. That
Now
really.
that dream, Julian, that you had, that you think might have been crazy. I know a lot about dreams. I know more about cosmic dreams, and that falls in the category of cosmic dreams for you. So the interesting thing about you just said the dream you had the dream a few days later.
Yep, 2 to 3 days
Okay.
after.
And when you're in that dream, just go back to how close this object was in the dream.
Oh, man, I remember seeing the pine tree. There was three pine trees like gapped out right next to each other on the right of me, and I was on the sidewalk and walking, and I see this thing like right near the street lights, but it was way brighter than the street lights.
Hmm.
It wasn't it because the street lights were there, but this thing like took out all that light because it was so bright, and
Yeah.
it was crazy, and it's just scared. I had this feeling of scared. I was terrified, and I just fell to the ground and woke up immediately.
Wow. So you know what? I read, like I said, I do read energy, and it's a good thing. What I do when I read energy, it's nothing other than positive.
Hmm.
So what I'm getting is, and as I'm reading it, I believe that you are going to be contacted.
Hmm.
So the reason why you were in the woods alone, you were supposed to be there. No one else was supposed to be there.
Mm.
It's that. Let me explain something. When I was a kid, and I've told this story before, my
Hmm.
parents were downstairs with my brother after dinner. I, for no reason, went upstairs to the second floor of the house, and then we lived in a cul-de-sac when I was a kid out in Long Island. And when I went upstairs, I went right to my brother's room, opened the wooden blinds, and there was a spaceship hovering above the cul-de-sac at night, like with a like a I would say like a glow around it on the outside. And I
Whoa.
saw men, women, and children with light blue outfits. They were space people,
The
and they were
Pleiadians?
saying, I'm not sure if they were Palladian, but they definitely were very much very loving, spiritual people, and they were
Oh,
saying that I wasn't from here. So
that's
what I'm trying to
amazing.
say, so I'm amazed about your story is that I think that this is just an introduction for you. It's not for your parents or any other friends of yours or anybody. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even mention it to them. I think that it's you are the one that is going to eventually have contact. I
That's
think that
amazing.
the spaceship you saw. Can you describe what it looked like? Like was it glowing? What
Oh,
was it doing?
it was shining this color. It was like green, purple, red, blue. You see
Mm-hmm.
it changing
Mm-hmm.
colors real fast. But then I slowed down
Yes.
the video, and I was like, "Yo,
Yes.
that's like a barrel stone," and it's like, what? It looks like different
Yes.
colors of like crystals. I'm like, that's mentioned in the Bible I read too. I don't know, but I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but that freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah. Well, don't be too freaked out over it because I'm reading the energy. I'm getting
Hmm.
information for you now. I also operate on other levels of consciousness,
Hmm.
galactically speaking, because I am not from this world. I am here as a human being, but I'm not just human. I'm also from Mars,
Hmm.
which has about 10 to 15 million inhabitants. So I want to give you information. I'm getting information for you as I listen to you.
Hmm.
They're going to come back. That multicolored spaceship, the craft.
Hmm.
um, I do you meditate at all? Do you know how to go
Uh,
in?
Not at all. I haven't done that. I just work at a warehouse. I didn't believe in any of this until I saw it. That I'm
Right, right.
fascinated. I'm
It's
so
all new to you, correct? Yes, it's a beautiful story. So, would you be okay to make contact with the space beings?
yeah. That'd be amazing, man. That'd be so cool.
Okay, so I'm going to give you some tools to help you. All right, you might want to make some mental notes of this or what have you.
Hmm.
Okay. So, in terms of meditation, that's easy to do. I know we all have the world we live in, we work, and I do that too. But there is a time when you have your own space and place to be away from everybody. This is the way it needs to be. You need to be away from the naysayers and anyone around you that would be, joking about it or, whatever. You don't need to be around those people. What
Mm-hmm.
you need to do is just allow yourself, when you meditate, you breathe in, you breathe out of your nostrils about 3 or 4 times. That's how you relax your body. It also relaxes your consciousness. Well, after you do that, the next thing you say, and when I talk about Christ, I don't talk about religiously Christ. I'm talking about the space being Christ consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Christ consciousness is a consciousness that all the galactic space people have throughout the multiverse. So I'm teaching you real quickly some things you can do to connect on that level of vibrational patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for Karen for that. The way to do that is if you go on YouTube, there's higher vibrational patterns of music that are meditation sounds. So
Mm.
these sounds will vibrate into the human body, elevating the consciousnness. And as that happens, you can choose and search out the music you want, but it's called ambient space music.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at some of the music, it's very calming for meditation. You want to use that kind of music. You'll use the breathing exercises 3 or 4 times with the breathing in and releasing out of the nostril to relax your whole physical and mental self. Once you
Mm-hmm.
do that, just think about the ship. All you have to do is picture the multicolored spaceship you were encountering in the woods and just say to yourself, I am a Christed being of light. Now, when I say this, I have nothing to do with religion. It has to do with the space people that are Christed beings of light. They operate in a very certain frequency. And
Mm.
by doing that, you're just saying, I will only communicate with Christed beings of light. And I want to communicate with the spaceship that was multicolored in the woods in the
Mm-hmm.
sky above me. Can you communicate with me telepathically? Now, you put in your own words. I'm just throwing this out here. You don't have
Mm-hmm.
to go word for word what I'm saying at all. But I'm giving you an idea, since you're new to this,
Yeah.
how to, and again, this will be a gradual thing for you, how to communicate with the space beings. I'd like to do something for you. And if I have your permission, I'd like to do something that will elevate your frequency, your
Mm-hmm.
consciousness. Okay? So I'm willing to do, I work with the Ashtar Command. I work with my family off planet, the space people. They're
Mm-hmm.
human like we are, very, very loving, about 7 to 8 feet tall. And they are here to help the planet Earth. I am here to do the same thing in my show. And I'd like to, because you had such a beautiful story, I'd like to help you activate your consciousness to be able to do this. Are you okay with that?
Oh, I'm full willing, 100% right
Okay.
now.
So here's what I want you to do. I want you to close your eyes. What I'm going to do is send, and I've been doing this for the last few nights for different situations. I'm going to send a spaceship over your location in upstate New York in like a nanosecond. Okay. And what I'm going to do is send 2 people off the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these people, a man and a woman, are very spiritually enlightened beings of light, men and women from the command. They're going to help you by opening your consciousness up to very specific communications with the beings on the spaceship that you had seen in that multicolored atmosphere in the woods.
Amazing.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Close your eyes. I want you to clear everything out of your mind right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go into Ashtar command mode. So not only am I a regular talk show host, well, what's a regular talk show host? I'm going to go into a whole different mode here, and and people will feel it, even if they're not affected by it. But I'm going to go in a different mode here for you.
Mm-hmm.
So what I wish to do is right now we'll have a ship about 10,000 feet above your location. You're up in the country area, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. What I want you to do is close your eyes. Again, take a deep breath in and release through your nostrils 3 or 4 times until you're completely relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tell me when you're feeling relaxed and we'll continue.
Right about now.
Okay. I'm going to send the 2 people from the ship into your location. They're going to come in. You're not going to see them. They're going to come into the room. When they come into the room, before they even begin to come close to you, you're going to feel an energy shift in your room. Give it a minute. In a moment, you should be feeling some sort of shift in energy.
Oh yeah.
whatever it might. You feel it?
Oh yeah. I feel some. I feel some. I
Yes.
feel like someone's
They're
in here.
yes, they're in your. The man and the woman are the space. The two space people from command are in your room right now. Give me a moment. I'm communicating with them telepathically at the moment. Hold on. Okay. The woman is going to activate your consciousness on a higher frequency so you may learn to communicate with the space people that came to visit you in that spaceship. Keep your eyes closed for a moment, please. The woman is going to activate you. She's going to touch the top of your head gently. In a moment or two, you're going to feel an energy shift. Relax. She's coming towards you.
I got this like breeze that just hit my back or something.
Yes.
I feel like this breeze just something as if went by me, and it's like
Yes.
that's crazy.
Yes, she's there. The woman is about 7 feet tall. She's going to, I'm communicating with her. Please, will you touch his forehead to do the activation, please? Keep your eyes closed. Relax. She's going to gently touch your forehead, which will activate your consciousness on a different level.
Oh, I feel like something like breathing, man, above from like above. It's like I feel like something. Not, dude, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I feel like a breeze
See,
from above, like somehow.
yes, yes, yes. You see, I am human, like any other human being. In a general sense, I can fit into society. I work in society. I am
Hmm.
part of everyday life like everyone else. But at the same token, I was activated when I came to Earth as a kid. But I didn't know all my abilities until I became older. So she's with you now. The man is also there, and he's going to assist you as well.
Are they blonde by
Uh,
any chance?
I'm not sure the color of their hair exactly. They can have different color hair. I don't know. I'm not really focused on that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I will tell you, you're going to also be helped by the gentleman, the man from the Ashtar Command. He's there with you. They would look, if you were to see them, they would look to be in their 30s. The man is going to activate you on another level. On your right shoulder, the the Ashtar commander, the male, um, touch his right shoulder, please, to activate the cellular structure. Please keep your eyes closed. When he touches you, he will do it gently so you know that he is physically there. The woman is also where she still is standing. When you feel something, let me know.
I'm feeling a little something. I think, man.
Yeah,
It's like
yes, yes. He is now
it's
touching
nice.
your right shoulder, and he is activating your cellular structure by doing that. Now, this is all happening right now at once, so I know it's a lot to take in what I'm doing here. I'm not really doing anything. I'm actually here. Well, in a sense, I am doing something. I'm not there. I'm here. The two space people are there in the room with you. They're cloaked. They are physically keeping themselves that way, just temporarily.
Hmm.
What's going to happen in the days to come for you as you do the meditations and so forth, they will guide you and assist you and help you to center your energies when you meditate. You will see them at some point before they leave, but
Hmm.
they will stay with you for a few days to assist you in your galactic development of your consciousness.
That's amazing.
Do you understand?
Indeed. Oh,
That's my gift to you tonight.
I appreciate that a lot, man.
Yes.
And can I say one more thing about the ship real quick?
Yeah, yes, most definitely. Go ahead.
So this the ship when it was those colors, it was dim, but then it got brighter. In the video you can see too, it gets brighter and then it turns into an oval, and then it like
Mm.
shows like red yellow. This thing was like red
Mm-hmm.
yellow after.
Mm-hmm.
And permanent, I didn't see no purple or any other color, green or blue. I
Yeah.
saw I just saw the red and yellow spinning to the
Mm-hmm.
right, clockwise,
Yes.
counterclockwise.
Yes. The ones in the ship that you saw in this oval changing ship are
Mhm.
human. They are very spiritually evolved beings, and that's why I sent the two commanders to help you. We want to get you elevated to a frequency so you can communicate with them. You'll be communicating with them mm, within the next 4 to 5 weeks.
Thank you, man. I need to get back on. If I get anything, man, I'm gonna hop back on and tell you immediately.
Yes, I'll be happy. I knew when you told me you had a story to tell, I knew I had to bring you up here.
Thank you, man. There's always this reasoning, man. There's always things that link, and it happens for a reason, you know.
Mm.
I don't know what
You
it
know,
is.
and you're also you have a very pure light. So I want you to know, I'm reading your energy again. You're very pure in your essence of light, and when you do have the contact with them, it will be a beautiful connection for you for your first time communicating with space people.
I'm excited, man. I really want to just know what this life is, you know, and figure it out.
Yeah, and the good news is that you'll not find it on websites or on people's documentaries or anything. You're going to find it within.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my main teachings on this show is all the answers are within everyone if they are willing to so choose to look within. And you are now going to have your guidance from this woman and the man. They're very beautiful, loving people, and they will assist you for a few days, and then they will leave on the ship and go back to the coordinates where they were before this.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
We appreciate you, Julian. You're a friend of the show now. We're glad to have you part of the show, and I appreciate your story. Anything else that you can remember about your sighting in the woods?
Oh, oh no, that was it. But it just stayed in the same spot, but it was just going left to right a little bit. I'd say nothing too crazy. I'd say like 20 feet to the left, 20 feet to the right, and just you could see it like moving slowly. But shit,
Yes.
video. But can I message you and send you videos on this app?
Yes. Yes. Send me the videos. Send me the videos, and we'll be happy to review them. I do appreciate the videos. I have a whole thing on my page here, Ashtar Spaceship News, where I post the best UFO videos from real people that are having real sightings. I review them. I'd be happy to look at it.
Thank you so much. I hope you have a great night, and I will talk to you for sure next time and keep you updated.
I hope so, Julian. You're going to have actually. You'll see the ship again before the end of the next 5 weeks. It'll be coming back. You're supposed to be in the woods when this happens. You'll be by yourself, and then you'll be able, as you learn to do the meditation, you'll be able to call back the ship with the beings in it to appear.
Amazing. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
you're welcome, and I
Have,
thank you.
have a good night.
You too. I'm going to disconnect you at the moment here. My
Mhm.
first guest was Julian. Now, understand what I am doing here, folks. I am a talk show host. I do a show on UFOs, but I'm not your traditional UFO talk show host. I don't wear a suit and a tie and can't breathe because the tie's so tight. I'm not that kind of a host. I do a spiritual show on the cosmic levels, and we don't just talk about the physical UFO or the spaceship. We talk about consciousness, about the space people, about people's experiences, just like Julian's, you know. And what I do is real. And as you start to watch me more, like I said, I've been activated and I can communicate with the space command of the Ashtar command. And I don't even know how many ships I'm involved with. To tell you the truth, somebody asked me that question. I really have no idea. But all I know is that I'm able to do this. And this is something I can't even remember when it started happening. But I'm in a different consciousness right now. So my consciousness is elevated on a frequency where They hear everything I say on the spaceships. They can even monitor the show, which they are. They're watching the program from space on monitoring systems. So I have many levels of cosmic chapters here, you know, but everything is a blessing now as we get closer and closer to contact. And yeah, Francisco, to remove brain fog is a good thing. Robin Farah, thank you. I want you to know all that our spaceships are here. I'm mentioning down the show because I can. There are many more ships coming from the galactic levels of light. Many, many more. More than you even can imagine. Mike D. Joker, thank you for the flame. I had two weird experiences last month. It's so hard to explain. Maybe. I'm in touch with her. Let me see here. April Cross. Let me see here. April, we'd like to bring you on. April Cross Labrador. I had two weird experiences last month. It's so hard to explain. I'm hoping it's in the ET area, UFO
Yes.
area. Hey, April,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Nice to talk to you. Whereabouts are you located?
I'm in Washington State.
Oh, beautiful state, Washington
Yes.
State. Thank you. Jenny, thank
Yes.
you for the gifts. And tell us when your thing started, and can you give us a background story?
Okay, so it started like last month. Um, I was sitting out in the living room and it was about my bedtime. So I'm like, okay. I go to my room and like every night I look out my window and I like stargazing. I'll always see the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper. And as I'm looking out the window, I see three lights, just like what's on your screen. And
Yeah,
it was
the
like
three lights. Yeah.
so slow. And it was like it was over my house. And I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
what? And I couldn't open up my window because I have my air conditioner in there. And so this, it's just so weird. So I get my clothes back on and I run out to the front to see if I could see it. It's
Mm-hmm.
not there.
Really?
Yeah, that's the first one. The second one, so when did we have the supposed Northern Lights, right?
Yeah,
Not
less
the
than 2 weeks
first,
ago.
yeah, not the first night, but it was the
Mm-hmm.
second night.
Yeah,
I'm outside and I got some pretty good pictures, but it wasn't pictures of like I just put my phone up to the sky and I was taking the pictures, right? So the
yeah.
second night I go and do it, my husband comes outside. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, they said we could see the northern lights again." And when I'm looking up again and I see it and I tell him, I'm like, "That's what I seen." Right? He cannot see what I'm seeing. And I'm pointing and I'm yelling and I'm almost crying and it's like a hysterical almost cry. I have my
Yeah.
phone in my hand and I want to video it, but something in me was like I was frozen. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, why can't he see this? It is right there.
Right. You're seeing it. He's not seeing anything.
He's not seeing anything. And anybody that
Wow.
I've been telling this to, I feel like I'm going crazy, but I know what I seen.
Mm-hmm. And how
I
low was the object when you were watching it, when you saw it the second time?
it's still low. It's just like it's gliding so low, and it's like I can't believe he did not see this.
Yeah. Wow. It's interesting how that works, isn't it? Like you're seeing it, he visually is not seeing it. Maybe he's just operating in a different consciousness that's lower. You're way open, so you're
Yeah,
seeing the physical object, right?
yeah.
That's
So,
probably what it is too.
I mean, I've always been like intuitive, I could see things out my perpetual, I can't even pronounce that word, out of my
Right,
vision.
right,
It's like,
right,
oh,
yeah.
wait a minute, what was that? But this one, just those two things, I'm like, I know we're not alone. I know
Mm,
there's things out there,
mm-hmm.
but that was the first time, I ever seen anything like that. And it's so hard to explain and to explain to somebody that hasn't had that experience.
Right. And that would be difficult because until they have the experience, you could be excited and talking about your story, and they're saying, "Oh, what are you talking about? I don't know what that is." They're like
Yeah.
in they're like in a separate reality than your reality, which is what happens because you have the
Mm-hmm.
experience. Your reality is so more expansive. Their reality is like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And
Yeah.
that's their reaction, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Yeah. Yeah. Go
yeah,
ahead.
even my older kids, I'm telling them, and I just see how they look at me, and I'm like, look, your mom's not crazy. I know what I see.
Right. No, you're not crazy. So many people say the word crazy when they come on to be interviewed, and I try to tell
Yeah.
people none of you are crazy. A matter of fact, the people would be crazy not to understand what you're talking about, and you are the majority now. After like 30 years later, it's amazing how many people I've interviewed that have come out of the closet about their sightings. There's all over the world things. I bet there are sightings happening right now as we speak. Somewhere in the world, someone's seeing something in the sky that's not ours, that is from outer space. It's pretty amazing.
Right. And just how low this thing was.
Mhm.
Ah, I don't
Did you
know.
now? Did you feel a sense like you were being watched by it, or did you? This is always a key question when I talk about this stuff. Is a lot of times I feel the individual that's seeing it is having the experience because they're supposed to see the craft. How did you feel when you saw these UFOs or these spaceships or whatever?
I felt calm.
Hmm.
I felt calm both times besides when I told my husband, I'm like, it's right there. And I'm pointing at it and I'm like, come here, come here, come here. And I feel like even the second time, like I was supposed to be out there to actually see it.
Right,
And then it was just like it was gone after I'm like, it's right there. And I'm just like
right.
laughing to almost crying. Like
You
I
know
get
what?
like
The
that.
more I think about it, maybe you're the one who's supposed to experience it, not him.
Yeah.
Maybe you're
Yeah.
the one that they're trying to contact, not your husband.
Right.
I was just thinking about that as you're talking about this. I think you're the one they want to contact, not your husband.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, even when I was on here last night and I caught, like the spacecraft right here, I'm like, oh my goodness, that's exactly what it looked like. But it was like together,
Yeah.
just gliding. It was so like
Wow.
so slow.
Hmm.
And it's like, and it was weird too. Like the next day I'd go on, I went on Facebook, came on TikTok, Instagram, just to see if anybody had, any kind of experience. And I didn't say anything because I'm
Right.
like, just to see. And it's like, nobody said anything.
Nobody's
And
saying
it's
anything,
like,
right?
yeah, nobody, and it's like, I don't even know how to explain it of like, if I was to write it down or if
Yeah.
I was to make a video and be like, has anybody else seen that?
But
I
you know
just,
what? Now that you're sharing the story on the most popular number one UFO spiritual talk show,
yeah,
people everywhere will know about your show, about your experience, and I'm sure somebody out there say, "Oh, yeah, I live in that area too. Maybe I did see it." They might not come
yeah.
forward right away, but I'm sure there are people on here that say, "Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it."
I'm right
And,
by the sound, by the
yeah.
Puget Sound.
Oh, Puget Sound. Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's
That
amazing. That's amazing.
it'd
Well,
just be
I,
like, am I gonna see it again?
you know, and the next time, we're not always ready when we see things to record them. You
I
know,
know.
sometimes these sightings happen and people say, well, I didn't record it because it happened so quickly. I didn't have time to get my phone out. And that's natural. That's absolutely true.
I had my
Um,
phone in my hand the second time. That's the weird thing. And in my mind, I knew
yeah.
I had my phone, but
Yeah.
it was just like I was frozen of my phone was in my hand was down. I'm trying to get my husband being like, look,
Right. Look,
and
look, look, husband.
yeah,
Here's something right here. Look,
yeah, yeah,
I want you to see it.
yeah. And he didn't. And you're right. Yeah, it was for me.
Yeah, it was for
And
you. I'm
I've
really feeling
always
that.
believed, and I
Mm.
always thought, would I ever see anything? And it made me more of a believer. Like I said, I know we're not alone.
Oh yeah. And I'm glad you know that. Well, now you really know it because you've seen them.
Now I really know.
Right.
Yeah,
And you know what? Maybe your husband someday will see something, but maybe it wasn't meant for him to see anything right now, you know?
right, right.
Sounds, and that's a great story.
Yeah, it is. It
Well,
is
I
for
want to,
people that understand it.
well, my audience does. Most of 95% of my audience are people that have been visited, taken on spaceships, all kinds of people I've interviewed have had plasma
Yeah,
beings visit them. So this show is really a show about disclosure. I mean, if there's going to be disclosure, it's going to be on any social media. It's going to be right here on TikTok on my show. This is going to
that's
where you're
good.
going to find out about disclosure. It'll be right here,
Yeah,
guaranteed.
that's good.
April, well,
Yeah.
I want to thank you for sharing. Any last thoughts or anything regarding the sightings?
No, that's it. I'm really glad that you invited me on so I could tell it, you know.
Oh, I'm glad I did too. That's the whole purpose of the program here is to invite people on. I'm a professional talk show host. Unlike other TikToks where people run around in cow outfits with disco balls, we do a we actually do a real talk show. My radio show's on every Sunday for 21 years on NPR Pacifica Radio, but I'm a contactee. I've had contact when I was a kid. I've seen numerous spaceships growing up in the 60s, all the way up until now, and yeah, I'm very much connected.
Yeah, it's funny. I went a couple years ago. I went and met my daughter out in Arizona, and we drove back to Washington.
Oh
And the
wow!
very first time we ever passed by Area 51, and I was just sitting there looking, because they have that sign,
Oh yeah, the
meant,
sign you can't go by.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, there's nothing here.
yeah. I used to be interested in Area 51. My whole focus is really I don't care about Area 51. There's no need for anyone to go there. It's just going to be a diversion to what's happening in the future, which is contact with our star families. And so
Yeah.
yeah, Area 51 is like not really important. Who cares? Uh, I
Yeah,
think
I went
just
to the Clown
focusing
Motel.
the Crown Motel. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right, right next door.
Right next door. And they probably had an underground entrance to Area 51. I'm just kidding. But all right, well, April, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
Everyone
very
give
much.
a round of applause to April. My second guest, Julian, was my first guest in upstate New York. And we're going to say, I know there's a lot of people with stories here tonight. So we're going to try to interview as many people as we can here. Again, thank you for being here with us. You're now part of the
Thank
listenership,
you.
viewership, so to speak, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, April from Washington State. And let's see, who do we have next? Who do I have next to interview? Global Guru. Well, before I interview any new people, I need to know what they're about. I do know the people that do have, like Robin. I'm going to bring Robin up. Robin is going to be my next guest because I know her story a little bit because she actually mentioned it in her comments. So, Robin, just press the multiple guest option. I'm going to invite Robin to talk about her stories. And the only way one gets invited if you tell me in sentences in comments what your story is. You just come on the guest option and want to come on. I have no idea who you are. I want to make sure that we're bringing on the right people here. All right. So our new guest here is Robin. Robin, good evening, and where are you located?
Oh my God, did I make it work?
Yes, it's working. You're on live.
Oh, good. And you can hear me. I'm in Maine.
Oh, Maine.
And
I used to live in Maine, in Hinkley, Maine.
and where?
Hinkley, near Waterville?
Oh, no kidding. I lived in Augusta and I'm currently living more out west,
Oh, okay.
into western Maine now.
Now
But it
I know
was
you
fun.
got some I know you got some stories to tell too, Robin, up in Maine.
I was wondering how you knew that. Did I, if I had left some comments before, but I just thought of one that I had forgotten about. Um, I was just quickly. I don't have a lot of like I saw one fly over my house very low at the rooftop when I was like 12 or 13, and
Hmm.
it didn't have any lights or anything, but it was right there. So I mean, it was, and I was alone, which was kind of strange. Like I don't remember anything about what was happening before or
Wow.
after, and that was my first ever experience. But I didn't even
And what
really.
year was that, Robin, when
That
you were
was
alone?
92 or 93,
92, 93,
and
you were like, and you said you were like 12 or 13?
yeah, because I'm
Okay.
44
All
now.
right. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Interesting.
and I never I just never really even got into the subject, but I've always been real spiritual, and I kind of have all the clairs and all that type of stuff. But
Oh,
anyway,
wow.
uh I think it was a couple years ago I started having noticing that there was what looked to be one or two just kind of balls of light that would follow me everywhere I went when I'd leave my house at night,
Hmm.
for months. It was so strange. And like sometimes it'd be one, sometimes it'd be two. And one time, one of them came down so close and then split into two, which I had never seen before. I've seen it on TV or something,
Wow.
but I'd never seen
Oh,
it.
you mean the UFO split into two? I've
Yeah, I
seen
always
that.
thought it
I've
was like
seen
an
those.
actual UFO, but it ended up being, when it came closer, it was a ball of light, a
Yeah.
larger ball of light that
Yeah.
split into two.
And it's not unusual for a spaceship to split in two. I've read documents and seen videos in the last 10 years showing objects splitting up into like two or three
Yeah,
objects. And now you're saying, how could a spaceship do that? You have to
exactly.
think out of the 3D concept of spaceships and look at the fact that the spaceships that can do that are from very high frequencies and vibrational patterns that they can split up into twos and threes and be separate spaceships. I know it's mind-boggling for some, but I've seen videos of this,
It
and it's
was, yeah,
amazing.
to see it in person was just, because I mean, I've seen videos too, but when it actually, and I was trying to film it, and of course, like every time it would like dodge behind a tree, or
Right.
I've only been able to film it one time, and I don't know
Wow.
why it let me film it that one time, but it wasn't when it was splitting or anything. It was actually a smaller one. It looks like a
Wow.
ball of light with almost like a little another little ball of light sitting in the middle of it,
Yeah.
type of thing.
Interesting.
But
Yeah.
the funny story that I wanted to tell you about was, um I would get drawn out of my house a lot at night for just weird things. I felt because they wanted me to, talk to me or whatever. And
Yeah.
but I know that they would they would take me, and I wouldn't remember anything, but I would know that it happened because I always kind of come to in like 5 hours is gone or whatever.
When you say they were taking you, what year was this?
This was just like probably 3 or 4 years ago is when that started, that I like really noticed it started. I mean, it might have been going on longer. But like even sometimes I would be in, like I would have a friend sleeping over or something, and we'd be watching movies, and all of a sudden we both look at each other and like 6 hours has gone by. And so it's not
Wow.
just me, it's weird.
Right. So
But
let me ask you a
so
question. You're
what's that?
you're being taken. So not only are you having sightings, you're being taken off planet by some space beings of some sort, correct?
Yeah, I think they're actually my team or whoever. I think they clean me out and keep me healthy, and that's what I personally
Interesting.
feel.
Now,
Yeah.
do you have any visualization of what they look like?
It's funny you should say that. I'm pretty sure that I have four main. I used to think they were spirit guides, like I don't know, but now I kind of think they're ETs.
They are
I
space
didn't.
people, just to let you know they are.
Yeah. And I asked them, their names and stuff, and the one that I got the clearest was Carl, and I thought that was just such a weird name, Carl. And I go, okay, Carl. So,
Yeah.
but then like synchronicities, it was like a couple weeks later. You know how they'll have like generic like messages from the Pleiadians, or
Right.
things that will come across TikTok, and I
Right.
kid you not, one came across, and the like kind of Avatar was saying, if you were going to pronounce my name where you are, it would be Carl. I think you're going to be freaking kidding me. So I mean,
Talking about synchronicity, yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah. So and they're very active. Like I've had them nudge me. I've had them when
really,
I'm not like really wanting to listen or do what they want me to. I mean, I have
right?
free will for sure, but
Oh no, yeah,
um,
but they're nudging you because they love you. So,
yeah, yeah. I
um,
had some drug issues, and I've had them literally slap it out of my hands. I mean, I've had
really,
some, and then also help me get away from those drug issues.
oh, the
But
space people helped you. The space
they
people.
did. They really did. I
Oh
know.
yeah, they don't take any drugs or any. They're not addicted to anything. So yeah.
No, and I am a very strong empath and very like a mediumship and clairvoyance. And I don't even really know all the terms. I've just something that I've always had.
Hmm, hmm.
And I used to use drugs to keep it tamped down because it was just too
Yeah,
much for me. It was just really intense all the time.
yeah, of course.
And so, and I've had times where I would go back to it because it just gets so overwhelming. So, but this last year I've been really trying to learn about it and not let it kind of ruin my life like it has at times.
Yeah,
Not the drugs,
you
but the
all you,
just the
yeah.
everything, the visiting and all the stuff. But
Well, the visiting is not going to ruin your life. If
no,
anything,
no,
it's
no,
going
no.
to.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that visiting, but
Oh,
just
another thing.
yeah, other energies,
Okay,
entities like I'm like a negative entities have like to
right.
come visit me often. I've had quite a few battles
All
with
right.
that type of stuff,
So,
but
so how
um,
would you like to just have your space friends visit you and nothing else?
I think that's what's happening now
Okay,
because
that's
I've
what happening.
finally
Okay,
learned how to block out, keep my protect my energy and not,
okay, all right. That's
yeah,
good.
because I don't know, you're quite intuitive, right? I think I've seen you,
Oh yeah,
like
I just sent a spaceship over to upstate New York with two astral
I had just
commanders.
jumped on when
Yeah, I just did that earlier. I did something last
okay,
night. I've been doing a lot on my show. It's been interesting. I've been actually the last 2 or 3 nights. I think I sent spaceships in different parts of the country to help people that had different things happening, and every one of them felt everything that was going on when the space people came in their room.
yeah,
So yeah,
they are amazing, and they are the reason why I'm as healthy. I've had a heart attack, I've had a brain
oh my
tumor, I've
God,
had bleeding internal. I mean, I've had so many reasons and times I should have died, and like it's like I just get fixed. It's so
wow,
weird. I mean,
that's
positive
amazing.
thinking and all that too, but
Yeah.
um, but anyway, so one night I was driving to town because I live out in the middle of the woods, and
Hmm.
I always talk to telepathically with them, and there's like I said, there would be one or two that would follow my me around, and
Yeah.
I was kind of joking around. I was like, I can feel you're about to take me, and so this time, why don't you just not knock me out? Like let me
Just not. Let
know
me see
what's
you.
going, let me
Right.
participate. And they said to me, they're like, what was the exact words? You'll flip out. And I was like, no, I won't. I
Oh,
won't
they
flip
said you'd
out.
flip out.
Yeah, they're like, you'll flip out. I'm like, no, I won't. I won't flip out. They're like, you're gonna flip out. I'm like, I won't. I won't flip out. This is a conversation I'm having in my head, and
What
I'm
were they saying telepathically you flip out because they're going to be taller than you actually if you see them they're human but they're taller.
yes, and I have always not wanted to see things because of seeing things when I was a child, like
Yeah,
spirits or whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I've always been somebody who just doesn't want to see things, but because I had them in my life and communicate with them, I thought, I can do this. I can see them, and you don't have to
Right.
knock me out to whatever. So I pull up to an ATM. It was the middle of the night. I live in a small town, and I was on the downtown. So we have street lights and the house lights on in the apartments and the ATM and the bank and whatever. So I'm parked and I go to put my card in and stuff, and I swear to you, every light in the entire all around me was
Right.
gone. It was like I was in a
Really?
black void, pitch dark. I mean,
Wow.
everything was out. Even in my own car. Even in my own car, the lights and everything were out. I mean, I could see that like I was trying to reach for my phone so I could like use it
Yeah.
as type flashlight. And so I started to freak out.
Started to freak
And
out.
I was like, oh my
So,
God, what is
and
happening?
and was
And
this happening physically while you were in your car?
yes, yes.
Really?
Yeah, I was alone. And I did. I started freaking out. And then all
Mm-hmm.
of a sudden, and the only light that was on, I mean, because all my car lights on the interior, my headlights, all the apartment lights that were in front of me, the street lights, everything went out. I could still see like the buildings and stuff. I mean, it was really dark. But the
Wow.
next to me, the ATM was this weird green color that like kind of like the computers when the screens first came out, they were like that kind of green and whatever color. Which I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I know it wasn't a power outage because I went and looked and made sure. I mean, I knew it anyways, but just I like to,
Yeah.
check with facts and stuff to whatever. But anyway, so I started freaking out, and then all of a sudden, all the lights come back on, and the street lights came on one at a time, like boom, 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 boom,
Really?
down the road. And then I hear in my head, "We told you you'd freak out." And it's like they thought that it was so funny because I was so adamant that I would not freak out because it was
Yeah,
like
they were
a black
they were
void
test
where everything just
and
stopped.
Robin,
It's
they were
really
testing your.
weird.
It looks like they were testing your consciousness too.
Oh yeah, they because I that's what I was telling them that I can be conscious and we can do this without you happen to
Yeah.
but I did freak out because it just I didn't expect all of a sudden a black void and I could feel everybody around me all of a sudden. So
Yeah, and
the
someone's
presence,
asking me, how do I send UFOs places? I'll get to everyone's questions in a little bit, but I'll just answer that one question. I don't send UFOs anywhere. I work with the Ashtar Command from Mars. I am Ashtar Commander before I came to Earth, before being human. I'm fully activated, so I don't just send UFOs. They're spaceships, and I send men and women in the ships to various locations when I need to. I just answer that person's question. But yeah, I mean, you're an amazing person. You're having contact with very peaceful spiritual beings, is what I'm gathering. Correct?
yes, yeah. And I
Yeah,
feel like
that
they are my like family, like we
yeah,
all
they
planned
probably
this
are.
type thing. Yeah.
They
Um,
they probably are your cosmic galactic family, meaning not just that you're from their region. I think you might have your cosmic biological family on that group of space people or ship or wherever they are. Have you ever asked them, are you my biological family members from off planet? You should ask them that
You know
question.
what? I have not actually asked them that. I mean, I know that like that I've known them and stuff, even though I don't remember
Yeah,
anything about them from this lifetime, except for like when I asked them questions
yeah,
and I talk to them constantly. And the only reason I know that there's four is because I asked that one day. I was like, how many are there? How many?
yeah,
It's because it's never like they're all different voices. It's just different kind of, it's like your
yeah,
own voice, but a different dialect or,
yeah,
just a little different.
absolutely.
Um,
And I just say next time you communicate with them, ask them what's your relationship to them. I think that would be a really beautiful thing to do. A lot of times when we have these beautiful contacts, we might have sometimes ask, "What's my relationship?" But there is
right.
obviously a relationship between you and these space people that you're communicating with.
I know that one of the things that they've told me is one of the reasons that I volunteered to come here was to get who is my biological mother, who has been trapped here for a while.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, it's not like it's all channeled type of stuff, but I
Yeah,
mean, it made a lot of sense to me because
yeah.
yeah, it just did. My mother doesn't like to she doesn't even like to talk about this type of stuff, but she has
Oh,
also
really?
been um next to me when we both wake up 5 hours later, and I've also had gained time before. That was a freaking weird one. uh, Driving. My best friend and I, who also is an empath, and I'm so fortunate to this girl. We grew up together, and we have a lot of the same things, but different skills.
Mm.
That
Oops. What's happening now, folks? Weird things are going on. Hopefully not. Are weird things going to start happening on the show tonight? Really? Robin, are you still there? Robin? You're watching Encounters, where possibly weird things will start happening tonight, as they always do almost every show at some point. Maybe they're in communication. Okay. Now that was very strange. Weirdness is happening now. A show that is out of this world. This show is out of this world. She has just disappeared. She just disappeared. I didn't do anything. I mean, I know I have a lot of abilities to bring ships places and help people. I had nothing to do with what just happened here. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Encounters. That was the most weirdest thing that ever happened. No, is that the most weirdest thing? I don't know if anything. I'm not sure when things are going to top everything else. We're doing very well, Johnny. Good to see you, brother. Nicholas, that would be kind of interesting if they took her on the ship while she was being interviewed by me on the show. You know, I'm telling you, I love this show. I love this show. That woman in Maine disappears. She just disappeared off my live, and I'm thinking maybe she went off planet in Maine. Maybe she's on their spaceship. And I was asking so many questions, and she was having a good conversation. And maybe her space family decided to take her off planet. You know, hey, I guess if you're going to be taken off planet, hey, Gary, thank you. You might as well be taken on a spaceship by being on a guest on this show. And what a beautiful, pleasant person she was. Oh, now my cat's here, Missy. Missy, what's going on? Do you know about the space people? Are the space people here? I'm talking to my cat. Well, that was just totally strange and weird and all that good stuff. My name is CmdrAleon. I'm not from here, although I am human. I am from the Ashtor Command. I came from off planet. I'm a contactee. I'm a talk show host. And yeah. Now I know April, I think she's here. Good evening, April. Hello, sister. I believe she's here, unless something else weird is happening. Robin, thank you for your story wherever you are. She just disappeared. You know what the weird thing is? Robin paused her phone, and then the next thing I know, Robin just disappeared off the earth. I hope Robin is doing okay. If she was taken off planet in Maine, you saw it first right here with Robin on my show. Like I said, this is not your normal UFO show here, folks. I guarantee things do happen here on a cosmic level. They do. Absolutely. So who else are we going to interview? Unless they're taken on a spaceship while they're being interviewed by me, yours truly. You know, I was having these feelings today about being taken off planet. I had this like dream or something, not a dream. I was on my lunch break and a beautiful day today. I said, you know what? When is it going to happen? I said to myself, when am I going to go off planet? Will it be when I'm live on here? What will it be like? So April is here. And April, if you'd like to come up, you know you're welcome to. Hey, Julie, thank you for becoming a member for 6 months, a subscriber. I know April went off planet last night, the April we know. She went off planet, and she's back on planet unless they take her off planet again. She's here right now. So, April, if you decide you want to come up, you're welcome to let us know what happened off planet when you went off planet last night. I can't even keep track how many times you've been off planet. I don't know if this is the 25th time or the 24th time or somewhere in the 20s. Definitely up there. Thank you, Tricia. Well, 25th time. Okay, 25th. And Robin just disappeared. She's not even on my live anymore. She just like, she's gone. I think she went off planet. Watkins Wade. Hello. Good to see you, Watkins Wade. And let's see here. Good to see you. And we'll see if April, you might have just gotten home. Maybe you want to relax a little bit. Do you want to come up and share what happened on the ship last night? You're welcome to do so. Any new information is always welcome. And if anybody else has any stories to tell regarding visitations, encounters, you're welcome to, in a sense, tell me. Nova Scotia, Jenny Corbett, thank you for subscribing for the first time. We appreciate that, Jenny. Jillian, hi from Nova Scotia. RN Nurse 73, thank you for, Robin. Let's get Robin back here. Wait a minute. Robin's here. Whoops. We have to get Robin back up here because something happened. Maybe it was just technically speaking. Robin's going to be back on planet Earth in just a moment.
Am I back?
Yeah, what happened?
I'm sorry, my phone died.
Oh,
I
your
wasn't
phone
paying
died.
attention. All of a sudden, it was gone.
I thought you got taken on board the ship.
That's so funny
And
because I knew that's exactly what you guys were saying or joking around about. Because I was like, I was just,
we're
yeah,
joking
my
about
phone
you
died.
being taken off the ship. Your phone died. Okay. Well, at least we know you weren't taken aboard the ship. Not that we're against you
No,
going on the
no.
ship, but we're glad to have you here. Thank you.
And I was telling, I wanted to make sure I just made a note too that when I had said that I've had issues with negative entities, I didn't mean like negative ETs.
Oh,
I didn't want
okay.
anybody to think I meant like there was, negative ETs out after me or anything like that.
Right,
But
right. Yeah.
basically, just because of my psychic energy, it just attracts, all kinds of stuff. And before I learned how to take care of myself and protect myself, I got
You
influenced
learn
and
you
affected
learned how to
badly.
so do you now know how to operate in Christ consciousness when you're doing things?
I think so. I mean, I'm really just started to actually educate myself. I mean, I
Oh,
didn't
you are,
even
okay.
know I was an empath really until 3 years ago, and I'm like
Really?
I'm one of the I can't even pronounce the word, the really strong ones. Like I can sense it, feel it,
Yeah.
touch it, all of it.
Here,
I
well,
just thought,
here's
I don't
something,
know.
Robin, you can do. It's going to be a quick help. It's going to accelerate your ability to protect yourself from any other energies, including spirits and all this other stuff, to keep them
Yeah.
out of your perimeter. Is so if you close your eyes, I'm going to do something for you. I'm not going
Okay.
to go as far as anything other than some very specific things here. So I want you to say, "I am a Christed being of light."
I am a Christed being of light.
And you're going to say that 3 times. I'm a Christed being of light.
I am a Christed being of light. I am a
And then you're
Christed
going to say,
being of light.
there you go. Okay, so when you do that, now that you know that's what you are, we're gonna put a bubble of protection around your whole property, so no other energies, spirits, or anything else can come through. They're
You're
going to
talking about
be
like my
like,
whole house and property, right?
yeah,
Is that what you said?
we're
Yeah,
putting a
that's what
beam
I've
of,
started doing. That's exactly what it was. Because I would have them hanging around outside even because they couldn't get
yeah,
into my house. It was very weird.
right. So what I'm going to
Um,
do for you is do something even better. All right. I
yes.
can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going to do this here. We're going to remotely where I am here without sending any ships to where you are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put a bubble of light around your property, invisibly cloaked. In a minute, you're going to feel energy. Just close your eyes. I'm going to do this from here remotely. Now, I've never
Okay.
done this before, so I guess this is something new that has been downloaded in my consciousness. I'm going to put a bubble around your property, and in a moment, you're going to feel, I want you to close your eyes. You're going to feel energy coming from me here, and we're going to put a bubble in the room you're in. You're going to feel a light energy now enveloping in the room. It's going to be a very high Christed level vibrational frequency of light.
I
And
could feel
just
it
close.
actually right before you said you'll start feeling it. I could feel it start to, it was
Yes,
small at first and then started to spread
yes,
out from me.
yes.
That's
I'm
pretty cool.
shooting, I'm shooting a very strong vibrational pattern of cosmic Christ and energy into your room, into your whole. If you have a basement, we're going to clear everything out in every room. I'm doing this remotely here, and also we're putting a bubble around your property, so no beings that are not, if they're not of the space, spiritual beings of light, they cannot come near you anyway. You did the initial work. Now we're putting an armor around your whole place. When you go anywhere, I want you to close your eyes. I'm going to do something else here that I've never done before.
Okay.
We're going to put an invisible armor around your body. In a second, you're going to feel a sense of energy around you, enveloping a very, very strong light energy that is going to connect with you, and you're going to feel a very loving energy that will be flowing through your whole being in just a moment. Just keep your eyes closed. When you feel, let me know.
I could feel it immediately.
Okay, good.
I really
So
appreciate
again,
that. That does make me feel better too. I mean, I feel when it's just me doing it, I don't know if I'm always like,
yes, no, there's a lot of new things that I've not tested my own abilities out. The command has activated me in a lot of ways that I'm still learning what I'm doing here, and I know what
yeah.
I'm here for. But I am actually able to do this. You're the first person I did this with, and you're never going to have any problems with anybody. You also, in your own spirit, you have your own light power, meaning you can control now. Just allow yourself not to think about paranormal things or spirits or whatever. Focus on the cosmic.
And
Focus on the
that's
cosmic.
what did make the difference because I didn't like when I was 20 started getting like the paralyzed in my bed
Mm-hmm.
and like
Oh wow.
yeah, because I my psychic abilities started really kicking in, and I thought it was wonderful at first. And like the first time I ever meditated, I had an out of body experience. Like I saw myself on the couch and it freaked me right out. And
Yeah.
but I ended up because I didn't know about the powers of manifestation and intent and focus, and I actually gave myself a brain tumor that when you looked at it like an MRI, it looked like a circle on my forehead, like a third eye, because it was on my pituitary gland right up against your,
Wow.
yeah, and they took it out. And I had wondered if like they had messed up, my powers or whatever. But I mean, they're still there. I don't think they're quite as strong as before that surgery, but that's okay because they were a little too strong, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was trying to
Wow.
shut it all down, and I ended up giving myself a tumor from just focusing
Oh
on.
my gosh.
Yeah, well, because I didn't know that we actually do create things with our thoughts,
Right.
and
Yeah. A lot of
so
times we do. You're right about
yeah.
that. We
Now
do
I'm
create
much
things with
more
our
careful
thoughts.
about what I focus on with my
Oh,
body and
good.
stuff. But
Well, now,
yeah.
so the energy in your house now is being cleared from all past experiences. Um, you might be feeling it now that the energy even in your room feels lighter.
Yes, it does
Yeah, we're
actually.
clearing out all the old energy from years and years of things coming in and out. All the residual effects of energy are being cleared out. So nothing but only the cosmic spiritual light is going to
Does
be affecting you.
Do you or does anybody that's listening ever have like when you were just saying that and the room gets lighter, like I always feel like my feet are gonna just start floating up off the ground. Not like I'm really
Right, you like
levitating, but
floating?
just
Yeah,
like
right.
yeah, but it always
No
starts
one's
with
ever
my
said
feet.
that to me. Yeah, I've not had that experience with people yet, but I'm sure they'll
Mm.
tell me if they do have that experience.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Because it's, I mean, I know I'm not gonna like levitate, but it does kind of feel like I could float away, and it's energy. Sometimes it comes, from within me, or sometimes it's external. I don't know quite how to explain it, but
One of the people in the audience, Red One, my friend Red One says, yes, I do. She feels that way. Gwen J
okay.
says, I can levitate above my bed.
Have you ever felt
Interesting.
like you were spinning when you did that? The person that
Um,
just said that
the person, let's see, I'll see if they respond.
about their bed,
No, they haven't been feeling it. Gwen Jade said no, she doesn't feel like she's spinning.
because I've had the feeling that I felt like when I'm meditating that my whole body levitates up by like I don't know
Huh,
6 inches or
interesting.
something. But if I go to look, it's like the same as when you come back in your body. when you're having an out of body, like an astral projection. Like I don't
Astral
know,
projection
when I'm
experience.
coming home, when I come back, it's like it goes dark, and then I just feel myself like settle back into my body. And
Yeah,
the same thing will happen if I try to see if I'm actually like levitating off the floor, but it really does feel
right.
like it. And then the spinning I've had when I levitate in my bed, it actually feels like I'm like turning like counterclockwise. It's very
You know,
strange.
it's interesting to say. When I was a kid, and we lived in we had three levels on our house when I lived as a kid. I was in the kitchen, and I had this idea that I can levitate myself and just levitate down the stairs to the den. So I actually tried to do that. I don't remember what happened, but I actually believed that I was able to just like float down to the bottom stairs. I don't know if I ever did it or what happened because I don't
I
remember. I
bet you
just
did if you
remember
believed you. If you believed
I
you could,
think I
you
might have,
probably did.
maybe. That's just coming back to me now. I think I did levitate. Now I was standing up, and I think I floated down to the bottom stairway. It only happened once, as I can remember. And I was saying, "Oh, I can do this. I don't have to walk down the stairs. I can just float down the
Right?
stairs."
You float.
You know, and I think that was some of my memory coming back from my being not from Earth that told me
Yeah.
that I can do this. That was just moment. That was like just like a momentary thing that happened to me that I just remembered for discussing this with you. Pretty interesting.
I've had situations like that too. From like I always knew when I was a kid that like that I was here like for a reason, and like
Yeah,
that things were not the way they should be, and everything was messed up, and
yeah,
I just little things that and then I had a very specific example from what you had just said, but I forgot it. But anyway, but it is weird when you get older and these things that you've always thought as a child and as a young adult, and then they all keep coming together, and it's just like it really isn't by. There are no accidents. I mean, everything really
there are no
is.
accidents. Yeah,
Yeah,
everything has
it's blows
a
my
rhyme
mind
and a reason
still.
for being, right? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, I'm so glad I got to come
Um,
on your show. That's
yeah,
I've
me
been
too.
wanting
I'm
to.
glad you came on here too. I'm glad you did also.
I'm just
Um,
checking to see if there was one other. Oh, uh, this is just funny. I had recently just had to move, and I actually ended up living with my ex-husband of 28 years, and we're good
hmm,
friends and everything. But I was sitting out on the porch the other night, and my guides told me, they're like, look left, and I look left, and there's a baseball field right there, and they're like, we need to be able to get land closer or whatever.
hmm,
And
hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was them. Sometimes I don't know if it's just my own thoughts or that, but usually if it's something that comes out of like the blue that I'm not thinking about, like look left and
Right.
then we need somewhere to land. So yeah, I just recently moved. I lived in the woods before too, but um, so
Yeah.
I don't know if they're
So are
planning
you in
on
the
like
are you in the wooded areas now or in more non-wooded areas?
wooded areas. And that's
Oh,
just it. My other house was just all woods, no fields or anything. This is my I have a wooded area of my lot, and then right I have a brook that runs through, and then there's a big baseball field that it's kind of overgrown now, but
yeah.
that yeah, it'd be perfect for anything to
Interesting.
land. Yeah, I know.
There
I
you
thought that
go.
was interesting too.
Well, you keep
Um,
us abreast to your contact with your space friends. Ask them who they are. Ask their names. Ask them if you're connected with them biologically as a family member, because you
Most
probably
definitely.
are. You know.
I kind of asked him that when I was plugging in my phone, and the gist that I got was that we're all just really close friends and just have been for a long, long time, and more
Yeah.
than like mother daughter type. It's just they have a great sense of humor. I know that
Oh
they're
yeah.
funny.
Well, I'm glad you're
But
having positive, focused times. And the next
definitely.
time we have you on, we'll know more about them because you're going to ask them who they are in terms of what your connection is with them.
Oh yeah,
They'll
one
answer
other
you.
thing I wanted to tell you is I have a bunch of pictures, photographs of light beings. Like I would get an
Oh,
instinct to just start taking pictures outside of my house, and I wouldn't see anything. But then when I go look at them, and I could email them to you
yeah,
or something because I think you would
yeah.
find them interesting.
Email the pictures of the light beings. My email address is CmdrAleon
A L
at
E O N. Okay.
AOL.com. That's my email for the show here. And if you have any videos or stuff of the light beings, I'll definitely analyze it, and I'll be happy to look at it too.
Yeah, I'll definitely send you some. I think you'll like it, and I'll get off here so somebody else can get on here. But
All
thank you
right.
so much for having me on, and I'll get those pictures to you right away. And everybody have a great day. Night.
You too, Robin. Thank you, everyone. A round of applause for Robin coming on here on Encounters, the number
Thank
one
you.
popular spiritual UFO talk show. And let me see here. We're going to Amber. Thank you for the roses. We appreciate it. So all the gifts. Thank you, everyone, for your gifts. I got a story. Ghost face. You have to switch your setting, Ghost face, to public. Once you set your setting, I can bring you on. Let me see what's going on here. My thing here. I'm getting darker. Can I get lighter? I'm going darker again. Let's see if I can bring myself back to light. How does this thing work? Evidently, touching the screen makes a difference. Let's see, can I go here and do it? I went dark. We're going to try to get back to light. Maybe I have to do it on my face. Am I going lighter? I guess we're all right. Anyway, Gwen Jade, good to see you, Gwen. Julian, good to see you, Julian. Julian, I'm bringing you on, Julian. You mentioned something about having contacts. Julian, welcome to the show.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Whereabouts are you located?
I'm in Nova Scotia, Canada.
Oh, beautiful. Nice to have you with us. And I briefly caught some of your notes or your comments. Can you tell us your background and what actually the experiences you've had on this level?
Sure, I am an intuitive. I do coaching as a job for my job,
Mm-hmm.
and I also do CE5.
Oh,
Usually
really?
just, yeah, a little bit like summer and autumn because it gets,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty, it's Canada, so it's cold until about the mid to end of June. We haven't even gone out yet this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I have some interesting pictures, but just soon after I started the CE5 in the my home is I think it's an old hotel renovated into apartments, and I was actually in the bathroom. I was having a bath, and I saw things moving around the room,
Really?
and yeah, and I'm usually very I'm very intuitive, and I always have been since I was a child.
Wow.
And normally when there's an spirit entity, I can feel that. I didn't feel anything in the room,
Mm-hmm.
but I saw things moving. And at first I thought, oh, I'm just seeing stuff. But it happened two, three, and then four times. And then
Yeah.
for some reason, I looked up. There was a hat hanging just from a pin that I had a shelf by the door. And for
Right.
some reason, there must have been movement in that area. So I looked over at the hat and I saw an ET, like a small gray.
Yeah, that's called the Zeta. Yeah.
Okay. He or she, they were reaching up to touch the hat. And I think in it was just this instant of, oh shoot, I don't want her to see me. But in that, it was almost like they dropped the force field or whatever was around them,
Right.
and they like kind of blinked into full view, and that kind of spooked them, and they kind of jumped and hit the hat, and the hat went flying off of
Oh
the
man.
pin on the shelf and landed in the middle of the room,
Yeah.
and then they were gone.
So
But it
how did you feel? How did it feel knowing that they were there? Were they trying? Were they curious about you, or what was their? What were you getting from
it
that?
was it's hard to explain. It was almost I wasn't scared. It was a familiar feeling like this
Yeah.
being has been around me before, and they were just very curious about all the, I've got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So they were
Let's
poking
check your
around.
place out. Yeah. Let's poke around.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It
And was that your
was.
first initial encounter?
Of an ET, I call them
Mm,
IBs, interdimensional beings.
okay.
Um, I don't like the ET, but it's more, people know what ET means,
Right.
not necessarily IB. But
Right.
yes, I've never, even on when we go out to do the CE5, we
Uh-huh.
have, it's immediate that we have communication. But the communication
Really?
is blinks in the sky, flashes. We'll say, "Hey, can you flash or blink 3 times?" And they will. Um, but I haven't ever seen a being
Yeah.
before.
Except for that one time with the. Thank you very much, folks, for the gift, Nietzsche. I think it's Netzi, Nietzsche. Thank you. But so it's interesting. You had these encounters, and are you still having these visitations or anything, or what's going on with that?
No, not really. I bought a security camera and I put it put it up. Nova Scotia is very, very paranormally active, and there's a lot of orb activity that is not absolutely not, dust
Yeah.
particles or bugs. These are, I've
Yeah.
never actually seen orbs like this because I used to do like paranormal photography when I was younger,
Okay.
and I would actually ask for specific kinds of orbs and they would show up. And the ones that I really haven't seen before are blinking orbs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. So you've had all these experiences, and you're still having in your C5s. You have there. I know what C5 is. We do it here in
Hmm.
Connecticut. You're
Hmm.
having contacts visually with these spaceships that have beings inside these ships that are interacting with you. Correct?
Correct. And
How many
I think
years?
it was,
And how? Go ahead.
it's been, I think this will be our third year going out.
Hmm.
And last summer, we do use the green lasers.
Hmm. Oh yeah, the laser
So
lights. Yeah.
So if we see something, obviously we don't shoot it at a plane, but if we see
Yeah.
something blinking and it's not a plane, we
Yeah.
do circle around it and then flash near it. And I saw a video, I think it was last year, of somebody else was doing this, and then they got a laser blink back from space. And
Wow.
I don't know if that's, you never know if that's real or not. So I thought, hey team, let's try this. But it was interesting because sometimes we'll see lights going across the sky and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden they'll disappear, like kind of fade into a black area
Wow.
in the sky. So we were shining the green light near that area, and what came out, I have a pretty good Canon camera,
Right.
professional grade, but I don't have night vision. I'm not that fancy,
Right. That's
but I
okay.
took a long exposure
Yeah.
of one area, and what came out was the green laser light
Yeah.
refracting
Wow.
off of what looks to be a ship. It's in the shape of a ship.
Wow.
Yep.
That's great. That's amazing. And
Mm-hmm.
so, how big was the light that was reflecting from this other object? How big was the light that was refracting from the object itself?
It's just one of those laser pointers, so it's not a big light at all.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
when I so I you know I've learned a lot about parapsychology ever since I was young. I was interested in parapsychology, so they always
Yeah.
say take 2 or 3 pictures in a row so that if something abnormal or paranormal shows up, you know that if it's there for one photo and gone for the second, then, something's going on.
Right.
So go out and debunk. So I was going out to debunk the laser. And when I would shoot the laser at a tree, at something solid, the laser would refract or reflect, I'm not quite sure the terminology, out to the side. And that's similar to this ship photo. The laser was hitting something and it was going out to the side.
Wow. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Yeah, that's, I think, the best photo that we've got so far.
Oh, very good. I mean, I see a lot of stuff. I just posted a video on my main page, Astro Command Spaceship News, of a luminous object, what I believe to be two objects in satellite. It's called something Satellite Florida. It's near the Patrick Space Center, whatever that is. And this person the other night, a couple nights ago on the 31st or the 30th, videotaped this really weird thing happening in the sky and documented it. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. A lot of people having sightings and all kinds of interesting
Yes.
things happening.
Well, it was interesting, the occurrence in the bathroom. I think it's lessened now, but when that being kind of blinked in and out, it left what seemed to be a portal.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
I do a lot of healing and energy work as an intuitive, and
Hmm.
if we have trauma stuck in our body, that will create this kind of mass of energy kind of
Yeah.
exploding out from that area. And that
Wow.
was similar to what I felt in that area when the being blinked in and out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. It was really interesting.
Well, Julian, I want to thank you from Nova Scotia for being a guest for the first time on the number one UFO spiritual talk show here on social media. We appreciate your story.
Thank you so much.
And we hope you'll be with us regularly. We're on usually at 11 o'clock at night. Once in a while, we take a break just to rejuvenate, but we definitely are on here. And we're on Sunday mornings on WESU FM, which is an NPR Pacifica radio station affiliate. I do a show called The Cosmic Eye for 21 years there,
Oh,
dedicated to the
wow.
Astro Command. So we're really glad you
Oh,
came on here.
thank you so much. It's great to be on, and I love your work.
Oh, thank you very much. We appreciate it. I couldn't do it without you being here and every one of you out here being part of the show. Everyone say thank you for Julian coming up here, stepping up to the plate, and we'll put her down. I think there's a whole lot of people that want to get on here and be interviewed. And of course, when I interview people, folks, remember, I choose the interviews in terms of who's coming up. Now, I see somebody else here, and Mary S. Svoboda. And my mom was gone somewhere. Let's see here. Mary says I was took by a UFO when I was 5 years old. Mary, we're going to bring you up here on Encounters if you'll so please to come up. We'll definitely want to interview you. You just have to accept the guest request. You press the little button there or go on the multi-guest option. We'll have you on here, and we want to hear about what happened to you. Let's see here. I'm just looking. I wanted to get that person on. And Ghost will be, I know Ghost, I think, switched to public. I want to get this person on here. Where is she? Mary. Mary, if you can hear me or see me, press the multi-guest option at the bottom of the screen. You have a multi-guest option. I'll bring Ghost up after I bring you up. Ghost, you'll be the next person after her. Mary, can you press the accept button if you're still there? We'd like to try to get you on here if you've never been on live before. Let's see what happens here, folks. Wow, that was really weird. Hello, did you see that? Did you see that, baby? That's a good girl. Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to pick my cat up to bring her on live, but she doesn't want to come on live, so I'm not going to do it. Let's see here. Okay, I think that person. So we'll see who's here. I'm going to give it a moment of meditation here. Corey says, I have a couple things to ask you about, and I'm trying to get this woman on here, if she's still here. I think, let me go backwards. Okay, Mary S. Voboda 5. I just invited you, Mary, to come on live. I know you were telling a little bit about your story. I was took by a UFO when I was 5 years old, she says. Mary, I'm pinning up your comment if you're still here. If you're not here, we'll have to go to somebody else tonight. Thank you, Starlight Sodas. Starlight Soda says, you're Art Bell / Coast to Coast fan. Yes, I actually, many years ago, was on Art Bell's show talking about the Ashtar Command, and that was many moons ago when he was living in the trailer and out in the desert. I called him up after 1 a.m. in the morning. So I do remember Mr. Art Bell. We're about 35,000 likes here. We need to get up to 100,000 likes. The way you do that, if you're not familiar about these heart thingies, if you're not familiar about the art thingies, I'm just petting my cat. If you need to know how to do that, you just tap the screen. And as you tap the screen, let's see here, I have to tap it again to bring myself back into the light. Here we go. Now I'm back up to the light. That's really weird. Nicholas says, creepiest experiences late at night. Are you asking, do people have creepy experiences? I don't know about that, but people have experiences. We deal strictly with the cosmic, galactic. We don't deal with any paranormal stuff. Nicholas says, MIB, etc. Nicholas, are you saying you had encountered MIBs, Men in Black? Let me see here. We're trying to see who I'm bringing on here. No, just asking. I don't have many people talk about the Men in Black. We don't have too much of that. I haven't had too many people with experiences with the Men in Black, to be sure. I'm just looking at the people coming in here. Sue, Vivian, 7, Sheila, 7. I'm just looking at Rick Jones. I think Rick Johnsey, Gary Buckland. Welcome to the show. And this is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm just looking to see who I'm going to bring on. And let's see. And Nicholas says, I've just always been curious, are they us or are they them? Some of those people, like the Men in Black, could be working with the United States government or other agencies. I'm not really sure about that. It's not really too much I've ever focused on. Oh, let's see. Who's coming on now? Is my thing just... That's really weird. Jillian, what happened?
I don't know. It just came up. You froze, and then I went off and came back in, and then
That's really
the invite came
weird.
up.
Weird things do happen on my show.
They do.
Okay, let's see here. I'm going to try to do that. I got to get my screen back up to the light screen. I thank
Yeah.
you again for being on the show.
No worries.
I don't know if my space family is trying to bring people up without me bringing them up. That has happened too. So
Yeah.
weird things are happening tonight on my show.
That's always good.
Yes, and it's always a cosmic weird thing, nothing to do with the paranormal, folks.
Yeah.
Hold on, we're going to try to do this here, see what happens. All right, let's see here. I'm going to try to get my face back. Can I bring back the light? Bring back the light, bring back the light. Now I can't believe this has happened. I'm going to get it back. I'm tapping to see where it is. Somewhere on the screen here, it brings back my face to brightness. But it's not doing it now. I can't do it. Oh well, it looks like I'm going to be almost incognito here. I wasn't before. So welcome, folks. It asked me to join again. Are you serious? Oh man, I don't know. I think my space family's playing games right now. I think something. As long as you can see that I am here, folks. Yeah, not really, Robin. It's the paranormal is really unrelated to ET. It's totally different. TikTok is malfunctioning. Maybe it is. What else is new with TikTok? I'm the man in black tonight. Papa Smurf. I guess I am. I'm the good one. I'm the man in black. Yes. Yes. So there I go. Now I know if I try to pause myself, it's not going to make any difference. But I did have control of the brightness on my show here. Come on back. I was going to ask the Astro Command to brighten up my screen. I know they can hear me on the ship. Could you brighten up my screen? But I can't seem to get it to go bright. I'm trying. I am trying my best. I'm just tapping and tapping and tapping. No biggie. It's about 12:34. It's at almost 50,000 likes here tonight. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual talk show with your host, CmdrAleon, and Missy. Hey, Missy, where are you? My cat is meowing, so she's not too far away. And again, we thank all of you for being here on this beautiful evening. Yes, maybe that's true. If you all focus, you can brighten my screen. I think it's, oh, my cat's talking. I think she wants some fish food. If you give me a second, I'm going to give my cat some treats. It's now about at 47,000 likes. Let's amp it up, amp it up, amp it up, amp it up. I shall be right back. Okay, we are back. I gave her 3 kitty cat treats. So I think she'll be good now. I gave her 3 treats. Missy should be happy. Cheryl, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Caligo, thank you for the share. And I'm still here. I haven't been taken off planet yet. My cosmic father has not come through the wall and said, we're going now. So I'm still here on the broadcast live. Just to let you know. When that day comes, you will know. When that day comes, I will know. Space Runner says I was abducted. I want to do some more interviews, Missy. You have to stop. She's talking up a storm. So Space Runner, I'm going to bring Space Runner up here. Space Runner says I've been abducted. We're going to find out when that was, where they are. Welcome to the show.
I was the other
Oh,
night. I was my roommate was sleeping and I didn't want to wake him up. So
okay.
I tried to get back on, but you had ended the live that
Oh,
last
okay.
time, and I tried to get back over there, and then I couldn't find you. It, that do you remember the other night when I was
Yeah, did I
trying
go?
to?
I think
I
I
was
signed off the show, didn't I?
I can't remember. I was doing something. I was getting something to eat, and then I went to go back on live because you said you wanted to interview me, and
Right.
I couldn't find you. I was, I couldn't, I tried and I kept on scrolling and I couldn't find you.
Well, I'm glad you found me
How,
now because I got you on here. That's no problem.
how are you doing tonight?
Oh, we were doing good. Things are going pretty smoothly. We've been interviewing a lot of interesting people. You're another one. And where are you located and what's your first name?
My name is Benny. I
Benny,
don't tell
okay.
anybody on my TikTok. I try not to let anybody know my parole officer and my
Right.
boss. I don't want them to know that I'm on TikTok
Oh, okay. We'll keep
because
it safe. But
I might get in a little bit of trouble,
mhm.
telling my stories.
Okay, so you had an abduction experience. When did that happen?
I believe I was 4 years old. I was sleeping. It was in Seattle, Washington. I was 4 years old. Now I want to preface this by saying that I was sleeping, so I don't want to make any prearranged assumptions, but this is my story. I was sleeping. I was 4 years old. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Hmm.
I was sleeping, and then I woke up, and there was 5 or 6 beings like looking over me, and I was so scared. They looked like scary monsters that I've never seen anything like it. Like they kind of look like I don't know how to explain it. Like scary monsters looking
When you
over
say
me,
scary, like would you say like were they like the Zeta with the big heads and big eyes?
kind of like Iron Maiden's Eddie. I don't know if you know what that is. Is like a almost like a skeleton, like scary, like they're
So your
shriveled up.
experience is that as a kid, well, obviously with negative ETs that looked like monsters almost.
Yeah, and my mother couldn't find me for 4 hours. So I don't know what happened, but when I looked up, uh, it was about 4 o'clock in the morning, maybe 5 o'clock a.m. I was only about 4 years old, so I don't know. I can't remember all the details, but I remember waking up and all these four, 4 to 6 beings looking over me, and they were like judging me, like looking at me like. So I want to preface this that I was sleeping, so to my boss, if my boss is listening or my parole officer is listening, I want to preface this by saying that I was dreaming. So if to kind of absolve me of any type of uh, ridicule, you know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you.
So
I think
anyway,
we all do. All
they
my whole audience is listening to your story.
they were looking at me, and they it was like they were judging me, and they were doing some kind of like probing, but not by physical means, but by some kind of like vibrational downward
Are you
motion.
saying that they were like mentally probing you in your consciousness?
something like that. I don't
Yeah.
understand because I was only 4 years old when this
Hmm.
happened to me, and I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to tell. It was 4 hours before my mom could find me, and when she found me, I was eating brown sugar under a table,
Hmm.
and I
So
think
you
that was
had. So it sounds like you had at least 4 hours of missing time.
it was four about 4 hours of missing time.
Yeah,
And
that's not untypical for an abduction.
did this ever happen to you,
No,
sir?
I don't have any of that. I work with I come from Mars. I come from the Ashtar Command, which are the spiritual beings of light. I have no connection with those kind of beings whatsoever. I work on a very high frequency. I never ever will have contact with those beings. If those beings ever try to come in, they'll never will. But if you had that negative experience with them, you haven't had any current experiences with them at this point in your life, have you?
It was a long time ago. So yes, it was many, many years ago. They have not tried to. I haven't had any. Uh,
So
and
in,
like I
terms
said,
of your Earth base age, to be general, if you had to say like how old you are, I don't have to get specifics. 50s, 60s, 80s, 100. No, you're not 100, but
my Earth base age is 33,
33. Okay.
but my
So when
but
you were a
I think
child, you
my
had the
astral age is I think my astral age is somewhere around 900.
Mhm. And when
It, it
going back to these beings that did what they did, that abducted you, they have never tried to come back and interfere with your life.
it was kind of like the saying, the one and done. Like they did what they did, and that was it. And
Hmm.
I was going to try to figure out the world from that point, and
Hmm.
I'm still trying to figure out the world because it's very confusing. All of the things that are going on.
So you're trying to figure out the world from the perspective of like you're here as a human being, but you can't figure out why people act the way they do.
Yeah, and that Donald Trump, I'm trying to figure out that man.
Well,
I
we don't
I
get into the people that are running governments in any country. We stay away from all those people.
I don't I don't hate Donald Trump. I just don't understand him.
No, but we don't talk about any of those people. I don't care if it's Trump or the Prime Minister of Ganja. We don't talk about any of that stuff. We keep all the political 3D stuff out of the show. This show is strictly on the cosmic galactic stuff. We don't even get into that. We don't even care about that. That's the
I
most
think the
irrelevant thing to my
aliens would
show.
know about it though, and
No,
I'm
well, aliens don't.
confused.
Well, the aliens don't exist, but extraterrestrial intelligence does. Non-terrestrial beings, space beings, lower vibrational ETs. But there aren't any aliens. That's all a media-created thing. Since we've had TV and media, it was created by our own media. That word. It doesn't really. They don't exist. But space people do. Space beings, angelic beings. These are all
What
the things that exist throughout the multiverse.
what are the space beings that look like mummified beings? That's what I experienced. Now,
You
for my
experience.
boss and my parole officer, I want to let them know that maybe I was just dreaming, but
You could
this
have been.
experience was really real to me.
You could have been dreaming. I mean, it's hard to say. I'm not getting any readings, hearing your story of anything like that, but you could have been dreaming. It's possible.
So let me ask you this: what was your experience that tapped you into the higher field of the
Of the
alien
beings,
or
no, there's no
experience?
like, when there's no aliens. So for me, like I said, I didn't come from here. I came here from off planet. I came here on a mission to Earth to liberate the consciousness of humanity, to bust the matrix of belief systems, and that's what I've been doing for most of my adult life. When I was a kid, I had my first sighting of space people when I was a little kid. Well, not little, but I was like preteen or maybe near teen. That part I don't remember, but I do remember seeing men and women in space outfits that are human, very beautiful, telepathic people that said I wasn't from here. Now, later on in my life, I realized that I wasn't from Earth, that I came from Mars. And when I talk about that story, I came out of the closet about that about over in my adult life at some point over 20 plus years ago. And I can tell you that none of the beings I deal with are lower vibrational at all. I don't even operate in that frequency. I'm not even close near. I never lower my frequency. My frequency is so elevated, I don't even see them, nor will I ever see them.
So you're from what planet are you from again?
Yeah, I came from Mars to Earth. I'm having a
Oh,
human experience, but I'm not just human. I also come from off planet. I'm fully activated. There's a lot. I'm like a cosmic book of light that has a lot of information.
oh, wow. You have a lot of information. That's amazing. How
Yeah,
did you come to that? How did you come to that conclusion?
I never came to the conclusion. I just automatically came from a place before Earth where I was fully activated from the Ashtar Command realm. And when I came in as a kid, I had the abilities, but I didn't know much about how to use them. There were latent abilities that became more activated for me when I was later in my life. So for me, just so you know, when I interview people, when I do things on here, as you get to watch the show, you'll see that I've helped people. I've sent spaceships to locations with Astro Commanders helping people that had been abducted. There's a lot of things I can do here that most people, not saying there are people out there that can't do this. There are others around the world, I'm sure, but I am fully activated to be able to do a lot of things to help people within the cosmic levels of light, pretty much.
That is amazing. Now, when you came to that realization in your consciousness, did you when did you know that you could spread your message to everybody to let them know that you're from Mars?
Probably over 20 plus years ago, I probably came out of the closet for me. Probably when, actually, no, when I was a kid, I said it. I told it on the show before. When I was a kid playing baseball in a cul-de-sac, I blurted out, "I'm from Mars" to two other kids. They were very upset with me, and I said, for no reason at all, I told them I'm from Mars. Then I went underground, kept it hidden until my adult life years later, and then I expressed the fact that I didn't care anymore. I have my radio show on NPR radio, and I said on my show, I am from Mars, and that's the planet that I come from. That planet has human beings, men and women, children that live on the planet. The planet has a breathable atmosphere. When you see pictures of Mars from the Land Rover, you're going to see when they show the sky that it has a bluish tint to it. And there is a oxygenated atmosphere on Mars. At one point, there wasn't. There were some problems, but the Martian population can now go above the planet, and also they live within the planet.
So they're subterranean and they still are there, right?
Oh, yes, the Martians, contrary to the lies on this planet, the Martian population is very spiritual. They have families and they're human.
There's
Nancy
human
says,
beings.
yes, they're all human beings. They're human just like we are, except for the fact that they are spiritually more advanced than we are. There's no religions on Mars. There's no shopping malls. There's no politics. There's no anything. They're all in one with the
There's no
Creator.
Donald Trump or
None of this
Biden
stuff.
on
Let me tell you something. Wherever you're going, there's no politics anywhere. The thing you have to let go of is the 3D belief system, which I think you still have about what goes on in the 3D world. When you get into a conscious state of cosmic consciousness, all that stuff is an illusion and a diversion to the awakening process of who you are. So you have to let go of all that in order to expand your consciousness to a higher level. Are you able to do
I,
that?
I, I like I like Donald Trump, but I think he's a douchebag. But I
Okay, I
still
think
like him.
that. Okay, I think we're gonna. I have a feeling I'm being played with here, and I'm taking that person out. I feel I was being played with there. I kind of felt that, and I don't think that person was there for the right reasons. Well, at least they didn't use any foul language. I'm very much tuned in. I knew that person was playing games, so that's not happening anymore. Yeah, he sounded younger than 33 too. Yeah. Sometimes the commander, we take chances, and that's not happening. I was kind of feeling maybe not. Maybe not. I think that person will find another live to try to play the games on. Not with the commander. Nope. Let's see here. Breakfast says, have you had any physical experiences with reptilians? No. I don't connect with any of those beings. I'm here to take them off planet. I never had connections with any of those. Kelly says, how can she be on with only 27? So now the new thing is, if you have 100 followers, you can go on live. It used to be 200. Yeah, he sounded false to me too. I should have known better, but hey, look. Elena Scott, you sound like a real person. Not that you're not. So let me see here. Elena, you sound like someone I'd like to interview. I think you're real. Elena Scott says, I think I was abducted in 96. You're watching Encounters, where all kinds of stuff happens here, including those that try to do their thing, if you know what I mean. So let's move forward here. Gimme, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I think we have Alina coming up.
You hear me?
Yeah, we definitely hear you. Hi, Alina. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing good. Someone tried to pull one on my last guest, but I kind of figured he was not real. But
Yeah.
Alina, yeah, I know you are. Can you give some of your background as to who you, as to where you are and about your possible abduction experience?
Um, well, I work as a CNA and I'm
Mm-hmm.
63.
Oh,
And
okay.
I think this happened back in 96. Actually, right next door from where I'm living right now.
And tell us what happened in 1996.
Well, I was laying on the couch with my son. He was like 3 or 4 at the time. We was watching TV. And we'd both fell asleep. So I don't know if it was maybe a night terror. I mean, I've looked up a lot of stuff in the past thinking, that surely it's not an alien abduction, it's got to be something else. But anyway, I'd fell asleep and I woke up, and when I woke up, it looked like the entire room, like I was looking into a light bulb, if that makes any sense.
Really?
It was just so bright. And I seen like one shadow figure of a person, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's about all I remember. And then like 3 nights later, those lights that like car lots and stuff have when they're advertising a big sale, those big searchlights
Mm-hmm.
that they have that they're shining all over the skies. Well, three
Mm-hmm.
nights later, there was like 7 or 8 of them in the backyard. And where I live is very rural and like
Okay.
30 miles from, town. But so I went out back to look, and they all lined up and then
Wow.
took off towards the south.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was glowing sticks in the yard, You know, I mean, I know it all
When you
sounds crazy, and I
no,
can't.
it does sound crazy. What do you mean by glowing sticks? That's interesting. What do you mean?
There was sticks. I mean, twigs. You know, just normal twigs, and they was glowing.
Hmm.
So I mean, that's
Yeah.
I don't
So
tell
was
many
that with the
people.
objects that you saw in the sky as well? And you saw these objects?
Excuse me.
You were seeing the objects that were in the sky and then these glowing sticks at the same time, correct?
Yeah. The same
Okay.
night.
Same night.
Yeah.
So do you think there was a connection with the glowing sticks and the objects in the sky?
You know, I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean,
Interesting.
it's just always something that I've wondered about. You know, it could have been when I couldn't get up off the couch that night, and everything was real bright. Could that have been a night terror? You know,
Hmm.
I mean, is there any connection in the two events? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. And since that point, did you have any other experiences or things that happened on the level of maybe extraterrestrial visitation or non-terrestrial beings trying to, to visit you or interact with you?
No,
Nothing.
no.
So your rest of your life has been pretty quiet.
Yeah, so far.
Okay. I mean, hey, look, it's possible that. So one person said, asking in the audience, did you feel paralyzed?
Yes, and that's why I'm thinking, could it have been a night terror?
Not a night terror. You could have been abducted,
Yeah,
but you
see, I
didn't
don't
know it.
know. Yeah, I don't know. Because it was like 10 years later that I'd even found out, anything about a night terror.
Yeah.
Because I'd been looking and looking and reading, and back then I don't even think I had internet. So,
Yeah. Well, I don't know. The word night terror doesn't come into my consciousness, but possible abduction by lower vibrational ETs or something does, and they could have abducted you and you didn't even realize you were abducted.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
You said, did you see you said you saw something like a shadow being or something?
Yes. Just, it was like
So,
oh, how would I explain it? Like a mist of a shadow. I mean,
yeah.
it
And
wasn't.
when you saw the mist of a shadow, Elena, was that the point where you felt paralyzed?
No, as soon as because I thought I'd woken up and I was trying to get up off the couch and I couldn't. And, the whole room was bright. And I mean, it just all happened at once. And it seemed like it happened in like, oh, I don't know, maybe a minute or
Yeah.
two,
Hmm.
the whole, situation.
Yeah, I think it was, again, I can't be sure 100%, but I think you did have some sort of an abduction experience.
Well, how would I know for sure?
Oh, you won't know. I know based on the way you're talking about it, with the shadow being, I think they were ETs and they did some sort of an abduction.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm pretty
Like I
certain of
said,
that, actually.
I've always wondered, and like I said, I don't tell too many people
Hmm.
because they think you're crazy or something, but
Did you feel any buzzing in your head when it happened?
I don't think so.
No buzzing? Okay.
Not that I can remember. I remember being scared and thinking I got to get up off this couch, because
Wow.
that's where I thought I was.
Hmm. Interesting. Well, Elena, I appreciate you being here to share your story. Now everybody has heard and knows it. They can possibly, some people might be having similar situations. They can
Yeah,
relate to the story. I think it's great that you were able to come on here.
yeah. Thank you for having me, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, Elena, you're welcome. I'm glad you came on and shared your story for sure. Everyone, let's thank Elena for being on Encounters. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see here. And I'm going to bring up this other person. Uh, I think DHMY Productions. is our next guest on Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. Just to give people a background, I'm CmdrAleon, the host. I'm with WESUFM,
Hello.
NPR. Hey, with
I'm from
NPR
Sweden.
Pacific Radio. Sweden, welcome Sweden to Encounters.
Yeah, thank you.
And Daniel, tell us when your whole thing happened. You talked about possibly that they visited you. Can you go into the background of your story?
Well, in the background, it's like, before this encounter or the experience, is the sound okay?
Yeah, you sound great. You
Yeah,
want to
good.
come on? Can you come on the camera, or is that impossible?
Oh, yeah, I can kind of come on the camera. Just wait.
Okay, take a moment. If we get
Yeah.
people on the camera, we do. The people under 800, we can't. So we just do the audio. But with the camera folks that have over 800, we try to bring them on camera.
I was about to work for a while. It's okay. Well, let's go. The camera. Well, this is interesting anyway.
Yeah, there's like a little icon, and you just press it, and it unlocks the camera. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right,
Hello.
you did it. Okay, Daniel. And so we have Daniel here, folks. Say hello, Daniel. So let's get back into your story a bit. When did things start for you in Sweden in terms of what you were going through?
Well, the first experience with these shadow beings, it was like about when I was about 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And they come, I don't know exactly how you're supposed to say that, but they come like when you're about to sleep, but you know you're still awake, and you can feel like a vibration or something, and it comes in the room, and it just stands there, or it comes leaning over you when trying to go to bed.
Yeah, like hovering over you, like a shadow, like it's right there.
Yeah, no face, cloaked or in a hat.
Most likely cloaked, but yeah, they don't want you to see them, but they show the shadow of their presence.
Yeah. And then this has kept on for many years since to my age, and now I'm 43 years old. Sometimes I've had visits like in this apartment happened about a week ago, just very fast, but not very often anymore.
Right.
And it has
with the year,
yeah.
I was gonna say, with the years of experience with this, have you had any understanding as to why this is happening to you, or has there been any conscious transformation of information from these shadow beings, or what they want?
I'm not sure about that. It's like extreme fear when it happens, you know.
Yeah.
Extreme fear, but then like after a few times, like after it happened about 10 times.
Yeah.
More softened, so I didn't have any fear anymore. It was like I felt I was more powerful than them.
Yeah.
In some way.
Well, you are. Yeah, you are, definitely. They want you to think you're not, but you really are more powerful than they are. If they can keep you think psychologically that you're not more powerful, they'll keep on doing what they're doing. You know?
Yeah, and it's straight fear, you know, you just get paralyzed, you can't move, you can just move your head a little bit and you can moan.
Yeah, that's not fun.
And I always thought this was paranormal in that house because it's not only me, it's like the whole family living there saw these beings, these shadow beings, but mostly me.
The shadow beings are definitely space beings of some sort. I think some of them, or maybe most of them, their whole thing is to make you afraid, to try to control the situation. That's their whole presence, really. I'm sure they have more things to do than that, but that's what they like to do. So how would you like to not have any more problems with the shadow being ETs? How would you like to see that end?
With the shadow beings?
Yeah, how would you like me to help you? If you're new to my show,
well, I'm also interested in if they really are bad or not.
Okay,
that's the thing.
Well, yeah, you want to find out if they are. I gotcha. So here's the deal. Here's the one way we'll find out, and it's up to you. I'd like to do something, and for whatever reason, the last few nights I've been helping people individually here on my show. I can't keep track of how that's been going, but what I've done is I worked with the Ashtar Command before there was any internet. I'm a Christed being of light on the cosmic sense, not the religious point of view. All the beings that work in the higher frequencies of light are Christed beings of light. Men, women, they have families. They come from other planetary systems. They're very beautiful, loving people that I work with. And so what I wanted to do is get permission from you. And I'm not saying these shadow beings are bad or not bad, but I'd like to do is gift you uh, with some assistance if you want me to,
Yeah, sure. Why
and
not?
it'll be a very positive experience.
And I also had a close experience with a UFO or something.
Oh, let's
Like,
talk about that. Tell us that
yeah, about
story.
6 years back. So it's
Hmm.
not. I've been seeing UAPs like since I lived in the United States, in North Carolina.
Hmm.
That was strange. But here in Sweden, we were going out for ghost hunting, and this is when it's nice. And this is almost during the time when the shadow people were active, more active, let's say per se.
Hmm.
We were ghost hunting and we were out, like just for fun. This old place here in Sweden is in the middle of Sweden. It's like beside the big lake. It's called Vättern.
Hmm.
It's a huge lake, the second biggest one in Sweden. And we were up on a hill, and there were these small shadow people walking around. So we backed up because we did not know if it was ghost hunting, that the ghost hunting was becoming real
Or the
or
ETs.
not. Yeah. So me and my friend, we she got so afraid for these things just because we saw them. They were clear, you know.
Yeah.
Like if she's standing on a hill by a tree and you can see them on like the field walking around. We did not see a UFO then, but when we came back to the car, you know, it got so bright, the ground,
Yeah.
so you could see the grass and the soil beneath our feet in the middle of the night. It was so bright, and it came like just above the treetops, and it was circular. That's the
Yeah.
closest experience I ever had in my whole life, and I'm almost crying,
Wow.
almost. Oh, I'm getting tears just thinking about it.
Wow. That's amazing.
And
And
it's
that
absolutely
was
100% true because we're five witnesses to this thing.
5 witnesses. No, I believe you.
Yeah,
There's a it you know to hear that kind of story from when you are in Sweden, I think again goes into the whole realm of this show, which is about disclosure. If we want
yeah,
disclosure, it's people like you, Daniel, that are providing a story that's true. Every story, every real guest uh, shares here, visitations, encounters. This is disclosure. That's what this show is about, and we're doing it with your help and with the help of many of my guests. We're telling
yeah.
people the
They
truth of
are
what's
real.
happening
I
around the
can
world.
tell you that.
They're
It was
totally
not a
real.
helicopter, not a balloon.
Yeah.
It
No, I believe it.
makes my
Um,
my nose ringing right now.
oh wow.
Just thinking about
So
it.
I'd like to do something for you, and
I'm almost
I
shaking, you
think you're gonna.
know.
Yeah, no, we're gonna help you out here. So, like I said, I work with, besides being a talk show host and doing a show on UFOs, but not the nuts and bolts. I deal with the spiritual, cosmic aspect of this subject matter, which a lot of people don't do. I'd like to do a gifting to you, and I've done this with other people tonight. I've done it nights before. I've done it since I've ever been on TikTok.
Yeah.
So if you're
Just
ready, I'm gonna
before I
show you
just
how this
forget about
works.
that experience, we
Yeah,
also
good.
we think we lost about 40 minutes to an hour in time when we sat in the car. We don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
So you had missing time for 40, 45
For
minutes
45 minutes to an hour, yeah.
to an hour,
It was
which
gone.
means possibly you were taken on board a ship, but you
That's what we
don't
think.
remember what happened. Yeah,
I
no,
know.
most likely. That could be a contactee experience or it could be an abduction. Hard to
Mm.
say which. Interesting that I'm glad you added that to the rest of your story.
Yeah, thanks.
That's really important.
That's why I'm starting shaking because I don't know.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I want you to close your eyes, and what you're
Okay.
going to do is breathe in, and then you're going to breathe out of your nostril about 3 or 4 times and relax your consciousness. What I'm about to do here is I'm going to, again, this is the part that I'm still learning about for myself. I must deal with a lot of Ashtar ships because I'm sending a ship over to Sweden to your location, and we're going to send it over to you right now based on your story. I've been reading your story from your energy of your words, and we're going to help you a bit. I'm not saying these beings are, I don't know what they are in terms of where they're at, in terms of what their purpose is, but I do know if they are there for the intentions of positivity, you shouldn't have any missing time. They should be right up front with you. And that's always an important thing when you're having interactions with non-terrestrial beings, is that they're upfront. They don't have you miss any time or forget anything, that you remember everything. That's one of the key prerequisites of contact of some sort, you know? So as you close your eyes, let's do this. And you're going to breathe in and breathe out of your nostrils 3 or 4 times. And just relax. Relax your mind, relax your whole self. And when you're at that point of relaxation, just let me know.
Yeah, starting to relax. Just got some
Good.
feelings from that experience, you know.
Yes. What I'm going to do now is send a Ashtar command ship over your location in Sweden. They'll already know where it is. I don't have to ask you what part of Sweden you're in. They'll know where it is. The ship will be about 20,000 feet above your location.
I'm
In a
getting
moment,
goosebumps. Why?
you'll know in a minute what's going to happen. As you relax, we're going to send 5 space people from the Ashtar Command into your physical environment. I'm sending them right now. In a moment. Give me a second. And as we send them into your environment, meaning your room, they're about 7.5 feet tall, both 2 men and 2 women, space
Oh
people.
God. It feels like I can feel like I'm getting goosebumps.
Okay. What they're going to do is check the whole environment of your grounds. They're checking the lower, if you have a basement, they're checking the basement. They're checking the physical environment outside your perimeter. Are you near woods or something?
Yeah, almost close.
Almost near woods. They're checking the whole area. They're actually, our ship is surveying the whole area of the energy. Give me a moment. They're actually purifying the energy in the area. The 5 space people are actually there's 5 of them in your room, not 4. Okay, give me a moment. I mean, they're communicating all with me at once, so I'm telling them one at a time. They're going to give you a gift. They're going to clear the energy of what happened during the missing time. And you're never going to have that happen again, actually. So keep your eyes closed, please. The woman is going to go above your neck around the upper part of your head near your brain area. And I'm going to mention to her to just gently touch the brain area. She's going to clear all the energy out of what happened during that time period of what you call missing time. They're also scanning you to make sure all your energy is now cleared up from whatever happened. In a moment, you'll feel her touching your head. When you feel that, let me know.
Yeah, I can feel something in a way.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like vibrations or something.
Yes. She's working on the cellular structure of your consciousness, of your body, your mind, clearing all the energy out from that specific period. Give me a moment. The other 4 beings of the command are spending their time clearing all the frequencies from the past. Your whole home is going to vibrate at a much higher frequency now, a higher vibrational pattern. And you'll feel that as the night goes on. When you go to sleep, you'll feel your energy shifting. For the next few days, you'll be feeling a major shift in your consciousness.
Nice.
You can feel the vibration now.
Yeah.
So now they're all going to do one thing here as we gift you.
Oh yeah.
The one woman has her hand going towards the top of your head. The other four, two are going to touch your arm, or your shoulder. The other two touching the other shoulder. This will activate total activation. You're going to feel something. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you will feel something in just a moment. Okay, and you can now let us know how you feel.
Feels like somebody's here, you know.
Yeah, they're here.
Yeah, I can
They're
feel it.
here.
You know, when you were
Yes.
talking, they were on their way. I could feel the
Yes.
vibrations, like goosebumps, but it's going like in waves. It's hard to explain.
Yes.
Like a boom, boom, boom. I can
Yes.
feel the touch on my here.
Yes.
Yeah, I could. It feels like somebody's still here, you know.
Yeah, they're here. They're going to stay with you for. Let me see. We're talking. I'm
I mean,
communicating with them right now, telepathically. Give me a moment.
it's nice. Teared
They're going
up.
to stay with you. They'll stay with you for about 4 days. They're going to stay with you for 4 days just to make sure everything is uplifted into a very high frequency for you. And you'll have the ability to ask them to come back when you need them to assist you.
Nice.
From the Ashtar Command, they will assist you. So this is my gift to you, Daniel.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So you think
I
there
want
will
to
be
thank you.
less of these shadow people that you're
Yes.
visiting, just a few times, and not often, like once a month now?
No, they're going to be, the shadow people are going to be taken off planet.
Mm,
They're going to be taken off the, like a radio dial where they're tuned into you. They can no longer tune into you anymore. They're going to be taken back to where they came from their own worlds. And you are never going to see them again.
nice.
But you will have contact with planetary beings from the Ashtar Command, and you will eventually have contact with your own star family that is beyond this planetary system. I
Nice.
don't know when that's going to be, but I can tell you now that the vibrations and they're working with you all week, when you have your dream states, if you will say, I
We
want
got it.
you just have to, you're going to say to yourself, they're telling me to tell you this, that now you can say to yourself, I am a Christed being of light. Close your eyes, please.
Yeah, sure.
I want you to say this word, and again, it has nothing to do with 3D religion. I am a Christed being of light.
I'm a Christ being alive, of light.
I'm a Christed being of light.
I'm a Christ being alive.
And one more
Sorry.
time, please. That's
I'm
okay.
a
You're
Christ
okay.
being of light.
There you go. That's very good. So now you said that you are a Christed being of light, and you are a beautiful soul.
Yeah,
You are a person that's having a human experience, and now you're going to eventually meet your galactic family. I don't know when that is, but again, this is to help you. What they're doing here with you is to help you, and they will be available to you whenever you ask them to be coming available. Just ask, and you shall have that.
thank you.
Well, thank you. You've been a
Very
pleasure,
nice.
man.
Yeah,
Been a pleasure, and we're
yeah,
following you
same.
too, Daniel. So yeah,
Yeah, and I'm a
I got
a
you.
member now.
Okay, Daniel's now with us here. Again, everyone say thank Daniel for being here. And I've been doing a lot of this the last few nights. Wow, this is like I'm still figuring this out, but I've been helping so many people, and yeah, you know, Daniel, thank you. Well, I think we need to get to 100,000 so I can actually get some rest here. Thank you, Summer. Let's see. Mr. Mann says, who is the gatekeeper? Can you explain what you mean by the gatekeeper? Can you explain what you mean by the word gatekeeper? Oh, man, I am getting a little bit tired. I did a lot of work around the planet tonight on this show. So if everybody taps, I think I can out-tap anybody. Actually, excuse me. I do want to set up a new goal before the show ends here. I want to set up a new goal here. And we're going to set up the hat, 8 hats. I just got a new stocking of 8 hats with the mustache. There's something I do when I get it. I promise I'll do it this time. When I get a hat with the mustache, the brown hat, I will do the word that I use when I get that. So maybe I'll be somewhat hard. That's the first one. Only if you do that will I do that. Will I respond in that way? Mr. Mann says I had contact. Interesting. And we might do another interview, but I have to get through the hats first. If I get through all the hats, I'll bring Mr. Mann up if you want to hear another interview. But I have to get the hats. You know, the one, the mustache. I can definitely have enough energy to do one last interview. We're at 86,100 likes. I have now 7 hats available. I would like to do another interview, but it's all predicated on the hats. If I get 7 more hats taken, I will complete my goal and bring this person on. Let's see what's going to happen here. Hey, man, Ray, good to see you. Thank you for being here. My moderators. So we do have hats available. Let's see here. We need help and fully appreciate everything you do, Commander. Much love to you. Diana, thank you so much. And just let the people know that we don't do any paranormal discussions here. It's all related to the cosmic, galactic areas. So yeah, you have to be over 18, number one. If you had visitations, UFO sightings, anything related to that, we're interested. And we're almost at 100,000, not quite. And I don't see any more hats coming up here. What's going on with the hats? Like all these hats back in stock, and there's not one person taking a hat. Only one person took a hat. But if you like to see me say the certain word with the hat and the mustache, that's the only way it works. You know, I can't even remember the word unless I have a hat on with the mustache. And 100,000, we're going to call it a night. And I think we're going to wait till we have more energy tomorrow night to do more interviews. We've done a lot of interviews, and so we're backlogged by about one show and then this show. So we're going to be putting 2 shows on my Ashtar Command Spaceship News. Ashtar Command Spaceship News is my main channel. Hey, Dawn, good to see you. And I'm still looking to see here where we are. We're at 94.1. And can we get some more hats going here? What's going on with this? We have 230, 55. And I have all these hats that are sitting there gaining dust. I will do a certain word that I do on the show towards the end if I get those hats. But, I feel pretty naked without those hats on my head. And then I don't have even a mustache right now. So I'm giving you kind of a hint as to which TikTok gift that is. And if you can figure it out, press the button. Daryl Steele says, I was walking from my car to my house when I saw a 6 to 8 foot. About Tahari. Hey, Sloan. So that's what happens. That's when I get the hat. I go into a different way of speaking. For some reason, that hat makes me do it. It really does. Thank you. Okay, I'm still looking. Mitchell, I think you are. We're at 98. I think there's only a few people. Mitchell's doing it. I just had a contact, Dr. Raven Zen. Can you tell me what the contact was, Raven Zen? Hey, Sweden Ocean X, welcome. I'm just meditating for a minute, getting some information. And I want to hear, DJ Raven, can you tell us what the contact was? Hey, Ashley. I know somebody wants to come up live. I want to figure out what's going on here. DJ Raven, what was the contact? Can you tell us before I bring you up here? I'd love to interview you. I might do one or two more interviews. I was just getting some telepathy going here with the Space Command of the Ashtar Command, and now I'm seeing there's some people that want to be interviewed. So before I pull you up, I need to know what your experience was first. Can you tell us, DJ Raven Zen? Let me see who else we got here. So I'm still not getting a response from DJ regarding what they want to talk about. Let me see who else we got here. So DJ Rave and Zen, can you tell me about what happened? I'm channeling them. They have a message. Okay, so we don't do any channeling on here, but can you tell me, did you have like a direct contact, Raven Zen, like physical contact with them, or what happened? I've had several experiences, but none involved the bright light like I explained. Elena Scott. I understand, Elena. And again, thank you. They're in your room now. Okay, so we don't do any channeling stuff here, but I'm interested. Conscious DJ and producer, Deep House Techno. So I'm going to bring you up on the whim that we're going to have a good interview here.
Hello,
So DJ,
sir.
hey, how are you?
Permission to talk.
Yep, and before you do that, let me just let you know that you're on Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. Whereabouts are you located?
I am currently located in Florida.
You're in Florida, okay. And evidently you're a producer, a DJ. You love music, obviously, correct?
Yes, I'm a conscious DJ. I produce. I work alongside of the with the Rebellion Alliance and the Galactic Federation of Light.
Okay, so you're saying just now that you have space beings, I'm presuming, in your room?
Yes,
They're physically there.
I can feel them. Yes, they're all
Okay,
around me.
okay,
I'm in the
okay.
dark. In the room, yes, they've been sending me contact. It's happening. It's sorry, the vibration is very extremely high right now. So they're here and I can hear them.
And you're over 18 years old?
Yeah, I'm 51.
50. You don't sound like you're 51.
I know because I'm an eternal being of love and light. Yeah. Yeah, I'm shifting. I've been shifting. I'm looking younger. Yeah. We're all shifting and it's amazing. It's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just people are saying by your voice you sound way younger than that.
Yeah. I feel like I'm like 23. If you watch my videos, I have a my child. I'm very childlike. Like my inner child is showing through. I'm sorry. The energy is very high in the room right now. It's there.
Okay,
They just have a message for everybody. So
okay. And
um,
my friend Karen Morgan says you're legit, so
yeah.
she must have seen your stuff. So it's interesting that these beings are, they could be not translucent, they can also be cloaked. You've been watching my show. I came here from off planet from Mars, but I've been working before there's any internet. I've been with the Ashtar Command, and my family's on off planet. And there's a group of 5 of us that are going to be going together in probably less than a year off planet. We're going to physically be going to meet my family off planet, which is my biological cosmic family, men and women, my 2 sisters and brother. They're on a spaceship. They're human
Yes.
and they're
Yes.
very beautiful people.
Yes. They said that they are aware of this.
Yeah. So yeah, this is interesting that you're here. I'm glad you're here. I is there anything? How did you get in contact with this galactic grouping of people? When did it start happening for you?
Um, it started happening a while back when I was going up into the ship, and then now it is. I'm currently. They appointed me ground control,
Yeah,
and
like you're there. Like when they say ground control, basically what you're saying is you're the point of contact with that group of space people, correct?
yes, correct.
Yeah, which makes sense. That would make sense. So, what year did they start contacting you physically? And yeah, when did that happen?
It's hard to talk in years because there is no time. Time is an illusion.
Right. Time is an illusion. But in terms of your time, because you're on Earth, when did it happen for you that you physically in your time, because we're both on Earth, even though we're not from here, when did it physically happen? Like, did it happen in 2010, 2022? That's basically what I'm saying for you, not them. When did it
Approx-
start? When
approximately 2 years ago in Earth time.
2 years ago. Okay, that's what I was getting at.
Yes.
Interesting. Um, so do they contact you regularly? Have you seen their spaceships?
They're not contacting regularly right now. What they're trying to do is they're trying to hold the frequency. The veil is thinning, and we need to be patient because what's happening now is people on your planet, they're talking right now, so I'm trying to tell you what they're telling you. People on your planet are very excited, so what they're doing right now is they're trying to astro travel into the ships currently. And this is what they're saying. They're saying we need you to be patient because what's happening is people are coming in. It would be like me right now walking through your front door, and so that's what's happening to us right now up in the ships. They're People are trying. They're walking right through the door through the security systems,
Right.
And we're trying to enter your space-time reality. So please be patient. Please ground yourself. Please, 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 please ground yourself. Whew. Yes,
So
please ground yourself.
so
It's
so
it's
when I talk to you and listen to you, you're not really channeling. You're
no,
telepathically
I'm talking
communicating.
to them. Yes.
Right. That's what I mean. That's what I am. I'm a telepath, so I can relate to that. So
No.
channeling for you to say channeling is the wrong word. You're getting
They're in the room, but you can't hear them, so they're talking to
right.
me. So I have to
They're
go.
t- they're
I have
talking to you through consciousness. Yeah. No, I
Yes,
get
so
it.
I have to tell you as if I am them because we all are I am.
Right.
I am that I am. I am that. I am that. I am that. That's what they're saying. We are
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. No,
Yes, we are
I get it.
one. We
No,
are
you're
one. They're saying we are one. We are one. We are one.
no, I'm
Yes.
reading. I read people's energy in my show, and you're definitely a pure soul of light, and you're definitely
Yes. Oh
yeah, you
yeah.
really are a
Oh
pure
yeah.
soul of light.
And I'm
I
trying
read
to
energy
hold
pretty
this
good.
communication right now with them. They're very high frequency, so hang with me, guys.
Yeah, no, we got it. We
They're
work at a very
very
high
high.
level.
So what they're trying to say is, okay, are you hearing me? Can you hear me? They're trying to
I can
say,
hear you fine.
okay, what they're trying to, the message is, okay, it's hard to, hang on, it's hard to put in human forms. We have humans, this is what they're saying, I'm going to talk, we have humans walking on our ships, but they're not ready for it. And we are trying to enter your timeline. We need you guys to have patience and ground yourself because it's interfering in our landings. Does this make sense?
Yeah, I know that's happening with some humans
Yes.
around the
If
world that are.
they're
It's like
having
they're naturally going in their sleeping state to a cosmic
yes.
shift off out of their bodies onto these ships, but they're
Yes.
not ready to do it yet. They don't
They're
realize
not
they're doing it, but they're
ready.
doing it.
You
Yeah,
guys, yes, they said you're not ready. You're not ready. Please stay grounded. We have everything under control. Yes, everyone will be able to come onto the ships, not just you five, but yes, everyone eventually, but we have to be grounded. And now they're coming in with the grounding energy.
yeah. Well,
Woo,
there's a friend
grounding.
of mine. There's a friend of mine in Vermont who's a dear friend. She's like my sister. Her name is April, and we are with the Ashtar Command level.
Yes, we
Um,
are aware, they say.
yeah, so they're aware. So they are aware that myself, I'm not from this planet, but I am here in
Yes.
human form.
Yes.
And in
I
less
know.
than a year, we're going to be the first five in our group
Yes.
going aboard ship, and then we're going to come back. I don't talk about it all the time on my show, but I do bring it up. We do an Ashtar Command thing Saturday night, which is with them, and they interact with us. They communicate in verbal language, and they also choose music with a message, and we do
Yes.
that. And we do that. We did that on Fridays. We're switching it to just let people know. Saturday night is our Ashtar Command Q&A night on here. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, they appointed me. They have sent downloads through me, and I am playing it through music currently. My new
Oh
set.
yeah. Well, you're
My
a DJ, also. Yeah, of
yes.
course. Yeah, conscious.
They have been sending me the songs. I wake up in the morning and my songs are there.
Yeah.
It is about the song. The set is about moving from the fifth, from the 3D dimension, the fear-based reality, into the fifth dimension. That is
Yeah.
the message of the entire set. So if anyone would like to hear me play, I will be going live as soon as they tell me to go live.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to follow you and check out your live music.
Yes.
So that's
Thank
pretty
you.
cool. Well, I'm
Yes.
a
It's
DJ.
all,
I'm a DJ.
yeah.
So, I started as a reggae DJ back in the
Woo.
80s. I played Bob Marley, all the roots music with conscious music. And I got into my show for 21 years now on NPR radio, WESUFM.org, Sunday mornings. It's an Ashtar Command radio show, and I play higher dimensional music on the show, high vibrational
Wonderful.
frequencies.
Yes, that's me.
So
I only play through light codes and it's higher dimensional frequencies.
Yeah.
and they have been picking the songs.
Oh yeah,
Literally,
they will.
I get up in
And
the morning and it's
yeah.
there.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
space people of light know a lot about Earth-based music, more than people
Yes.
think.
Yes, and
You know.
that's why they wanted to appoint me because they said that I'm going to be sending out the message into TikTok, and eventually we'll see. I have to get my belief system there. So I'm currently working on grounding myself because once I get on the controller, I get a little too excited. So the
Well, I can
controller.
see that you are very happy and excited right now.
Yes. Yes, I know. Yes, we're having contact. It's exciting. This is
Yes.
exciting time.
Yeah.
But they say to be patient and be patient, be patient and be patient and be careful with your astral traveling right now.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, that's the message. So thank you so much for having me on your show. I do love
Oh, I appreciate it. You know.
every one of you, and I know that you all are me, and that we're all one consciousness, and that we're all evolving. This is an exciting time, but they're saying to work on grounding, to visualize this. They're telling me now to put gills on your face. Pretend like you're painting gills. They had me do that today. They had me actually paint gills. You'll go to see the video that I did. I tagged JoJo Siwa in. They had me
Uh-huh.
paint gills on my face, and to pretend tomorrow I have to pretend I'm going underground and breathing gills. And so, yes, I'm very excited about trying to ground myself because I am high frequency, as you can tell.
Oh yeah. You're dealing with the high frequency here that does things that are out of this world on this show. So I hope you'll watch it more often. And I'm going to check you out for sure. Yaya
Yes.
Spirit. Good evening out there on the West Coast, Yaya. Much
Hi,
love and light to
Yaya.
you.
Yes, I know who Yaya is.
Yaya is beautiful. You know.
Yes. Yes, I know. She's got such a beautiful soul.
Yeah, she is. She is a beautiful soul.
And I know
Um,
who Rod is. I see Rod. Let's see who else is in here. Um, I'm aware of April. April. I have seen her before.
yeah, you'll have
Yes.
to see her when she's playing music, and the father comes through the rift,
Yes.
and you can see the space people in her
Yes,
room
I have.
dancing. You
Yes,
have seen
I
that,
have.
so yeah. See that's something I'll be experiencing with 4 other people in the next few months. We don't know when
Yes.
it is.
We
They're
don't
just
know
going to
when it
come, and
is.
we don't know when
Yes.
it is.
Yes, but we have to be patient. It's
You
exciting.
know.
It's really exciting times. And for now, we just have to. They tell here. They're telling me something now. Oh, hang on. Okay, they're saying to be the center point. Be the center point in your center point location. Expanding from the center point, traveling forward in your Merkaba. We are not looking back. Don't look back. Don't look back. They're saying move forward in time. What we were doing before is we were manifesting from the past into the present moment. So right now what we need to do is look forward. When we look forward, we will manifest from the present moment. Be careful with reacting. Everything is alive and online now. People are seeing the illusion. Just be careful not to react, because when you react, things go down, systems goes down, your phone will go down. Your phone is alive. Everything's alive around you. It's all one consciousness. So please do not react. Stay in the present moment and look forward.
Well, DJ Raven, it's a pleasure having you. What's your first name, if I may ask?
You can call me Raven. I'm Raven. I'm
Oh,
Ravenson. My name is Raven.
Ravenson.
Yeah, my
Ravenson,
name
we'll
is
go with that. We'll go with that.
Ravenson. Some people call me Raven. Some people call me Ravenson. But yeah,
I'll go
yeah.
with Ravenson. I can go with that. I can dig it.
It's Ravenson because the crow had lost its colors, and now the colors are returning. Right now, the crow is showing shimmery green because heart chakra just went back online for all of the earth.
Well, I want to thank you for being here as we wind down the
Yes.
show, and we had 110,000 likes everybody, follow everybody.
Yes,
Uh,
please.
follow each other. It's
Yes.
it's there. There are no egos on my show. I've always told people to uplift everybody, and that's because where I
Yeah.
come from. Where I come from, beyond Earth, there is no limitations or anything. This planet is a trip, but we're here to
Yes.
bust the matrix. That's what we're here
Yes.
to
Okay, they just said something else. They said love.
do.
It's all love. It's all love. I love you guys. I love all of you. I love my space family. And they said that they have to go now, but they just needed to get that message out.
Well, we love them too,
Yeah.
and they're doing what they have to do off planet. So
They are, yes, it's very busy energy for them, and they're trying to
yeah, I know
hold
it
it down
is.
because everybody's excited. So they just said, please be patient so they can do what they need to do.
That's on them. Telling almost like a song. I tend to sing songs,
Okay, sing
uh,
it.
and I'm gonna sing a. You just had me there. I'm gonna sing a song for everybody. I usually do this on contact night, but I'll sing a song now. But I need to get all the hats taken. Let's see.
Yes,
I got
send him
5 hats.
hats.
Send me the hats, and I will
Send the
sing a
hats. Let's
song.
do it. We want the song. We want the hats.
And that'll be the ending of tonight's broadcast. When I do the
Yes,
singing,
we'll celebrate.
we'll celebrate. I need to get 5 people to take
Yep.
those hats before they get dust on them.
And remember, as you give, you will receive in
That's
some
absolutely
form or
true.
way. Yes.
Absolutely true.
Yes. What
I'm
you put
ready to
out, you get
sing.
back.
I can definitely wait for a few minutes, and I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
tahar.
Woo!
And there's a special meaning to that. So now I have 4 hats left that are going to gain dust unless somebody gives me a hat. I have confidence to withstand time and space. Taharing it. Tahar. Tahar you.
Inner awesome. Inner child is back online. Back online. They said inner child back online. That's what they keep saying.
I think we
Yes.
did it. Yep. Thank you, everybody.
Yes.
Now I'm going to sing a song.
Yes.
You
They
ready?
want to hear it. That's what they say.
Tahar. I am going to sing. The
Okay,
Tahar
they're
stuff
ready.
is really.
We're
I'm
all
ready
ready.
here.
They say.
Hold off on the hats for a moment, folks. Here's my song for everybody. It's time to be patient wherever you are on earth. Patience is what it's to be. It's time to be patient wherever you are on earth. Then you will see. We, the people beyond your realm, are here to send our love. But please be patient because we are shining above. It's not time for us to land just yet, but
Nope.
we are coming close. All you have to do is be patient, and you'll see the most. If you allow yourselves to close your eyes and think of who we are the men and women from beyond the stars. We are the men and women beyond the stars.
I love it. Yay, they're clapping. Yay. Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
that's my song for all of you. Thank
Oh,
you.
that was so fun. They enjoyed it, they said.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yes, they're all love it. Yes, they do. They love music. That's why they've appointed me the official conscious DJ. So they're excited.
I
They're
love it. I
excited
love
for
the whole
you
idea of
guys.
the conscious DJ. I love
Yes,
that.
they're
That's
so
just
excited for
beautiful.
you to hear this set. So I just have to get myself grounded because when I get nervous, you'll see my controller will start
Wait a minute.
acting up.
Do you want to play a set of music right here on the show?
I will do that sometime. Not right now because I
Oh,
need to get
okay.
to bed, but
All right.
yes, I would love to. I think all I have to do is join in your show, right?
Right.
And then you pull
That's
me
right.
up. And yes, I would love to do a set with you guys. That
I
would be
should have
so
you. We'll definitely have to do that. We'll definitely do that and have you play some music.
okay. Okay, and if you want to write me and let me know of a good time, if you want to do it during the day or late at
No,
night,
no.
whatever.
Well, I just have a set time. My show is only on during the night at 11 o'clock
11
Eastern.
o'clock? Okay,
So if
we'll
you
have to
catch
do
me at
it.
11 o'clock and you're there, we'll make room for that to happen.
Okay, this sounds awesome. Yes. There's a lot of little hidden messages that they put in. It tells a story
Mhm.
that so that
Now
they
I got
had.
to tell you, I hear voices speaking as you're talking. Did anybody else hear voices? I think people were. Can you, my audience, did you hear voices? I hear. Yeah, there's definitely. I think the space people are talking through your phone.
Yeah, they're standing northeast of me.
Yeah, they're talking. I hear voices like they're communicating with each other.
Mhm. They're in their they're in their spacesuits. Yeah.
Yeah, they're. So I wanted to let them know I can hear your voices and you're chattering. So just
Yeah.
want to say,
They said
I
the
want to say,
frequency they said the frequency is feeling better now that you have patience now, and they said to say thank you because it's been driving them crazy. They said that people have literally been walking through the door and we're going, oh, what are you doing here? Get out, go back down to earth.
so
They're
Judy,
laughing now. So
the be-
they're
the beings that one of the audience people is saying, who are they? They are galactic space people, Judy. They
yes,
are galactic space people, like my Ashtar Command people that my
yes,
family is on the ship. These would
yes,
be galactic space people, Judy.
yes,
Men
yeah.
and women and others, from the spiritual levels of light.
Oh yes, they're all working together right now.
Yeah, no, they
The
are.
Galactic Federation of Light, the Rebellion Republic, along with
I've
Ashtar
never
Command.
heard of the Rebellion Republic, but I can tell you
Yes,
that,
that's what they're telling
yeah.
me to tell you. The Rebellion Republic. Yes.
Hmm. All right, well, it's now almost 2 in the morning. We've been on since 11 p.m.
It's been good times.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
inner
DJ,
child is
we're
definitely
gonna
out.
we're gonna you've definitely been a blast, a real trip here. So we're
Yeah.
gonna have you on again for sure. I want to thank everyone for gifting the show here. Go to my Venmo app here, and you can also do a direct donation on the Venmo app. And I hear the space people talking
Yeah, they're
very
telling me
clearly.
something right now. They're saying, keep your inner child out and alive and open and flow in the present moment forward. Remember, do not look back in time. Manifest from the present moment, looking forward in time. Stay in the present moment and flow. Realize that everything is alive, everything is you. It is all an illusion, and we are here and we are coming back for each and every one of you, but please be patient. Yay!
Well, I gotta tell you, thank you so much for being here. It's been great.
This was
You're
so much
definitely,
fun. Thank you, sir, for letting me come on your show. I love you.
and I same here, and I can hear them talking. I hear their voices. Let me listen to them for a minute.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I can hear the energy is very strong. I
It's so
feel energy,
high.
and
It is
the
so
energy right now
high.
is definitely off the
Yeah.
charts.
Yeah, they said they can't stay long because they have to lower their frequency to come here. And
Yeah,
it's
no, I
very hard
understand
for
that.
them too. And I'm having to meet their frequency, so
Oh yeah, you have to. Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Well, folks, we're gonna thank you, DJ Raven Zen, for
Thank
being
you so
here.
much. Please follow me if you would love to hear the message. They will be telling me when to go live soon, but right now they're going to be working on grounding me so my controller won't wig out. Because when I do go live, they'll be with me, and the frequency will be so high, so we have to make sure I'm grounded before I play. They want to hear
Yeah.
it too.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everyone, thank DJ Raven Zen. I'm glad I did bring you up here.
Well, I'm
And
glad you did too, sir. I couldn't tell it. I couldn't do it all typing. It's too
yeah, yeah,
much. It's
yeah.
too much. They were determined to get to you.
They were determined to get to me. Well, they did.
They were determined to get. They were determined. They
They
said, "Well,
wanted to talk to the commander on planet Earth,
Yes.
on mission
Yes,
Earth.
sir.
That's what they want.
Yes, sir. They know you're the commander, and they say, "Oh, they're saying thank you so much for all your work." That's what they just said.
We
Yeah.
thank them. It takes
Yeah.
two to tango,
Yeah, and just
cosmically
make sure
speaking.
they're saying now. Just make sure you keep every time you come on live to make sure everyone has patience and not to go into the ships anymore.
Yeah, I don't know when people are doing that, so I really don't have any control of that so much so
Yes,
that
I
I
know.
do, you know.
Yeah, but just you along, just keeping everybody chilled out.
Yeah.
They
Oh
just
yeah.
said that what they did here. Here's what they're saying. They heard that you announced that 5 of them were coming on the ship, so they're like, "Oh my gosh, we're gonna get
Well,
left
not their
behind. So
well,
you
not their
somebody have to
ship.
go."
We're
Yes,
not going on their ship. We're going on a ship with our parents. Our parents
yes,
have a ship
yes, yes.
that's
They
different
know.
than theirs. And
Right.
my mother and my father, my two sisters and brother, in less than a year, I'll be meeting them for the first time. So I
Right.
mean,
But
yeah,
yeah,
it's different.
the confusion, yes, that's different. But the confusion is that everybody keeps trying to come on ships, so they're just wanting to, chill it out a little bit and
Yeah,
have fun. They said go have fun with your inner child, play in the present moment, and look forward without reaction. Stay in response in the center
yeah.
point location inside your Merkaba. Traveling forward is what they're saying.
And so if people want to follow you, they can just go on your profile and press follow.
Yes, you
You
can
have
find
that.
DJ Ravenzen. It's spelled Ravnzen,
Hmm.
and I'm also in Instagram,
On
and I have a
Instagram, yeah,
Facebook account, but I really don't like Facebook. I
yeah,
try to keep with the high vibe, so Instagram and TikTok,
yeah.
and
I try to keep. I'm also on the Ashtar Command social media. That's off
yes,
planet. You have to.
yes,
You really have to go really high frequency to get there.
yes, and
I'm
then
just kidding you.
soon I'll be in SoundCloud and all that. But
Yeah,
right now they just have me focus on this set because it has a message in it. So they're like, this is the most important part of the
yeah.
set.
Right there
So
you go.
soon
All
after I
right.
get really good at it, I'll be recording it. I'll be recording the set and putting it, all over the place. But for
Oh,
now,
good.
they told me to focus on TikTok and my with my space family.
All right. Well, you
Yep.
found the number one UFO spiritual talk show on any media. Matter
Yeah.
of fact, we make Good Morning America look sick.
Oh, I know, I know. They don't understand what's going on yet, but they they will one day.
If only CNN knew about me, I wouldn't even go on their channel because this is where it's at, you know?
Yes, it is. This is the best place to be. Thank you so much, sir. They said they're leaving now and that they love everyone.
And
Bye.
we say bye bye, and
Oh, yep,
I'm gonna
they've left. Okay. They're gone.
and- all
Yep.
right. And DJ, we're gonna sign off of here and get some needed rest and go off planet ourselves.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I got to That was a lot of energy. I got to go drink water. I've got to drink water now. Woo!
What I drink is I drink apple cider up north here in New England. So
Uh-huh.
my every time my show when I'm on here, everybody knows this for a long time. The commander's drink of choice is apple cider, whatever
That's
reason.
neat. So that's funny you're mentioning this. I kind of made my own apple cider tonight. That's what I've been drinking. It's called
Hmm.
kefir water. If you've heard of
People
it, it's
water.
good for digestion.
No,
It's good for your
really.
digestive system because I'm currently having digestive issues because of the
Okay.
shift. And so I've been making my own kefir grains, and then I put apple juice in it, and it tastes really good. It tastes like kombucha.
Oh yeah, I've had that. That's good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Well,
Okay.
we're gonna
Thank you
call it
so
a
much,
night
sir.
here.
Yeah. And then I'll come back on at some point, and then
Yeah.
I will DJ for everybody for a little bit.
There you go. All right,
Okay.
everyone. Say
All
goodnight to
right.
DJ
All right.
Raven
Bye
Sen,
bye. Love you.
and we're gonna let her go. And
Wow. Thanks for all the gifts.
happy.
I think I got some gifts. Wow. I didn't even
You
realize that.
did
What?
from
I
people on
didn't even.
Earth. Okay, folks, it's time for me to call it a night. You know, it's 2 a.m. in the morning, so I think the show needs to go to sleep for now. Everybody, I want to say I love you all. It's great having you. We had a lot of guests on tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 11 o'clock. And you all have a good, what is tomorrow? Tuesday? What is tomorrow? I don't know what day it is anymore. At this time of night, I have no idea. Thank you, Rod. Everyone, take care. Have a good night, and we'll catch you all tomorrow night. Okay. Much love to everybody. Tell my audience, tell my guests, everybody. Tomorrow night's another great show of Encounters, a show that's out of this world. Take care.